Why, Viv, you look perfectly radiant this morning. I can't get over it, Viv. You're positively beautiful.
I don't even have my makeup on yet.
Well, you shouldn't wear makeup. You have a rare natural beauty.
Are you serious?
I was never more serious in my life. By the way, dear, your rent's due today.
I don't have it.
Go fix your face. You're a mess. Do you realize that you're 3 months behind in your rent?
Do you realize that Ralph is 3 months behind with my alimony?
So I'm hooked for the rent.
Well, I haven't got it. What do you want me to do? Go out and rob a bank?
No, I don't want you to go out and rob a bank. With that pittance that Ralph gives you, the least he could do is pay it on time.
Yeah, it's the least he could do. But Ralph feels that paying alimony is like feeding oats to a dead horse. And no cracks.
Hey, listen to this. Danfield, open your doors. Due to the tremendous influx of tourists visiting the World's Fair, residents of surrounding communities are being urged to rent out rooms to people who cannot get accommodations in New York City.
So?
So I could rent out a room and get off the hook.
Whose room do you have in mind? And oh, no, you don't.
Oh, why not? You can use my room. We'll double up.
Do I have an alternative?
Well, now, look, Viv, I'm not going to insist. I'll leave it up to you.
Thanks.
Either you move in with me or sleep in the garage. Well,
I'll move in with you.
good girl. Now, we'll tack up notices in every store in Danfield. Help me write an ad.
Dreadfully drab, even for a bank.
It does look drab, but it also looks like a pushover.
If I'd known this country's financial institutions looked this hideous, I'd have bypassed bank robbery for something more aesthetic, like stealing famous works of art. Imagine pilfering a Picasso.
Well, perhaps after this job, we can try one of those drive-in banks. We'd avoid all this ugliness, and we wouldn't even have to get out of the car. Just honk the horn.
A splendid idea. Just toot for the loot and scoot. However, before we determine what method we can best employ.
Yes. Well, I better check for accommodations.
Morning.
I beg your pardon. Excuse me, ma'am. We're here in the East to visit the World's Fair, but we are unable to find accommodation. I wonder if you know of any rooms for rent here in town.
Well, you may not believe this, but I have a room for rent.
Not really.
Well, this is our lucky day.
We'll take it.
Wonderful.
My name is Carter Harrison.
Well, how do you
How do you
do?
do?
Nice
And this is my associate.
Gordon Bentley.
How do you do, Mr. Bentley? It's very nice to know you. I'm Lucy Carmichael.
Well, it's a pleasure to have such a charming landlady.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, would you excuse me just for a moment? Happy New Year! Jerry, will you turn off that radio and finish your breakfast?
What's the matter, Mom? Don't you like music?
Not that junk. I like long hair music.
That was long hair music.
That?
It was the Beatles.
Say, where are the two new boarders?
Oh, they said they were going to sleep a little late this morning.
Oh, I don't blame them. Trapping around that fair all day and half the night must be exhausting.
Yeah.
Are you finished, kids? Come on,
Yeah.
I'll take you to school.
Okay. Bye, Lucy.
Bye-bye. Give me a kiss, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Lucy, I'll be gone a little while. I have some shopping to do.
Okay.
Say, will you let me have $5?
$5?
Come on now. You got all that money. You you got from your new boarders?
What did you do with the $5 I gave you a couple of days ago?
Oh, I had a mad fling.
There you are.
Thank you. I'll send you a postcard from Paris.
Well, good morning,
morning.
Mr. Harrison. Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Bentley. Well, are you giving the fair another whirl today, or are you going to take the day off?
No. We are going back there directly after breakfast.
Oh, well, I'll have it ready in a jiffy.
Thanks. Well, now, boy, the weatherman says we'll have a beautiful day for robbing the bank.
Good for him. Oh, I agree. Oh, did you compose the note for me to stick under the teller's nose?
Yes, I got it here. Yeah, I think I have. Yes. 'Tis brief, this meeting, we admit, but alas, we dare not tarry. So quickly hand thy money forth, for this is cash and carry.
Oh, that's brilliant. Really, it is. It is.
Thank you.
No wonder you're known as the Bard of the Bandits. Oh, say, shall we take our briefcases to carry the loot?
No. I think this is more of a shopping bag community. Besides, shopping bags hold more money.
This is the part I hate, waiting in line.
Patience, old boy. Every occupation has its pitfalls. Remember, Gordon, a cheery smile, lots of teeth. Charming.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, pardon me, but I just have to cash a check. It'll only take... Oh, hi, fellas. Oh, I'm sorry. This will only take a minute. Would you hold this for me, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't...
Terribly sorry. May I use your shopping bag, please? Here we are. Oh, this is so awful. I told them they were putting too much in that bag. Say, what are you fellas doing here anyway?
We came to open an account.
Oh, well, in that case, I can be of very good service to you, you see, because the president is a friend of mine. Yes, Mr. Mooney. Come over, and I'll introduce him to you, and I'll give you a very good character reference. Come on.
Well, tomorrow is another day. Stop worrying, old boy. Our Lady Batinsky's gone to the beauty parlor. We're perfectly safe.
How can you be sure that we're safe?
Well, to get her hair that color must take at least half a day.
Oh, boy, did I save your lives. I was sitting across the street under the dryer, and I looked over here, and your car's parked in front of the bank in a no parking zone. And not only that, but you had the motor running. Here, I turned it off for you.
Oh, thanks.
Now, you just better get out there and move that car before they cart you away to jail. That policeman is working his way up the street.
Thank you for helping us, Mrs. Carmen.
Oh, anytime at all. Glad to be of help. Hi, Mr. Mooney.
Tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's Saturday. Tonight, when she's asleep.
Oh, good. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, it'll be a relief to only worry about burglar alarms, the police, and the FBI. It's all right, we're safe. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, Gordon, you were wonderful. Absolutely magnificent. Yes, the way you manipulated the combination on that safe.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you to say that.
They do realize they won't discover this money's missing until the bank opens Monday. We'll have 2 full days to get out of town.
Wonderful. Oh, well, if that's the case, let's stay here till Sunday and really go out and see the World's Fair. It's a shame to miss it since we're so close.
Well, why not? Money's only good for two things, stealing and spending.
Where'll we stash it? I got an idea. We'll just stuff our little fortune into this mattress, turn it over, and nobody will ever notice it. Huh?
Not only a good idea, but a functional one.
Here.
This mattress could use some stuffing. Give me your knife.
Viv! Oh, Viv, would you come up and help me?
She's down in the kitchen doing the breakfast dishes.
Oh, Jerry! Sherman!
They went to the drugstore to get some batteries for Jerry's radio.
Chris!
I'm not here either.
Come on, Chris.
Oh, I've got to go. Cynthia's waiting for me out in front.
Come on, honey. Now, you can leave in a minute. I want you to help me turn the mattress. Come on, get over there. I want it to go this way.
Okay.
Now, be careful. Be careful of the picture.
Oh!
Ooh. Gee. I can't understand it. It feels like it's stuffed with cement instead of horsehair.
Oh, how could it get so lumpy?
Looks like they left a horse in it.
Poor Aunt Viv. No wonder she always complains about her mattress.
Yeah, it's even lumpier than she is. I'll smooth it out. You run along, dear.
Okay, see you later, Mom.
Okay, dear. Oh, Viv, dear. Could you come up here a minute?
Oh, I just made some hot coffee. You come on down.
Okay. Mrs. J.P. Morgan. What are you reading, Viv? The Danfield Tribune or the Financial Journal? Any good buys in the market?
Well, Oscar the Butcher has a special on rump roast.
You know, I've always suspected you had a little nest egg, but you got enough for an omelet.
What are you talking about?
How did you amass your fortune, dear? Oil wells, gold mines, or playing the horses?
Now, Lucy, you know I'm flat broke.
Oh, come off it, Viv. I just found thousands of dollars you hid in your mattress.
I knew it. All those henna rinses have finally pickled your brain.
And to think, with all that money you have upstairs, you can't even pay your rent.
Oh, what money are you talking about?
You're nothing but a penny-pinching cheapskate.
I've never been so confused in all my life.
You've never been so loaded in your life either.
Is there really money upstairs in my mattress?
Yes, thousands.
Well, this I gotta see.
Why do you keep denying it, Viv? It's no crime to be rich.
Hi, Lucy. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
See,
whatever.
Aunt Lucy, can we have a cookie?
Yeah, you can have a cookie.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Theodore J. Mooney, president of the Danfield National Bank, reports the theft of $8,500 from the bank safe. Apparently, the money was stolen sometime last night. Normally, the loss would not have been discovered until Monday, but Mooney appeared at his desk this morning, having forgotten today is Saturday.
Oh, so that's where she got it.
Who, what?
Nothing, dear. Oh, you poor kid.
Wrong.
No, everything's going to be all right.
Is it all right if we go down to the Y and shoot some baskets?
Yeah, all right, go along.
Will you tell my mom where I am?
Yeah, I'll tell her.
Lucy, do you know there's over $8,000 here?
8,500.
Wow!
Oh, Viv, you shouldn't have done it.
Then what?
Oh, boy, you're the coolest customer since Ma Barker.
Will you stop acting like a mystery guest and tell me just what you're talking about?
I just heard it on the radio, Viv. The Danfield Bank was robbed of $8,500 last night.
The Danfield Bank was robbed?
As if you didn't know.
Hold it. Hold it. You mean to tell me that you think that I robbed, that you... Oh, boy, that's a hot one.
You shouldn't have, Viv. I would have waited for the rent.
I certainly hate to disappoint you, but I did not rob the bank. You and I played gin rummy last night till midnight. Then we went up to your room and went to bed, remember?
Well, then how did all that money get in your mattress?
Well, maybe it was put there by the tooth fairy. I don't even sleep in that bed anymore. Remember that? Why don't you accuse the people who are sleeping here? You're two very fancy boarders. You're two... The boy...
My gosh, they're crooks.
Oh, Lucille, and they look like perfect gentlemen.
Oh, they're the worst kind.
Oh, we gotta get out of here. If they catch us here with their money, they'll kill us in cold blood. They would kill us, Lucille.
Now, don't panic.
People
Don't
who do
panic.
a thing like that would never kill us.
I'm not panic.
What do we do?
They're spending the whole day at the fair.
Yeah,
now,
what
just
do we
take
do?
it easy.
Huh?
Well, now, let me think.
Yeah, think.
We'll call Mr. Mooney at the bank. We'll tell him that we solved his little bank robbery, and we'll have him come over and pick up the money.
Oh.
Oh, and maybe we'll get a nice fat reward.
Oh, I'm gonna take mine before that skin flint gets here.
Hello.
Mr. Mooney, this is Lucy Carmichael. You've got to come over here right away. I've got the stolen money.
I've been waiting for your call.
You were?
Yes, every other crackpot in town has called. You were the only one that was missing.
Mr. Mooney, I am not a crackpot.
Oh? Oh, where did you find the money?
Stuffed in Vivian's mattress.
Oh, that's the best one yet. You win the crackpot jackpot.
Mr. Mooney, if you don't believe me, I'll bring the money to you. I'll be right over.
I can hardly wait.
I'll show him who's a crackpot.
Wait a minute.
What?
Lucy,
What?
they're driving up in front of the house.
Who is?
Your two crooked boarders.
Oh, dear, we got to get this money out of here without them seeing it.
How are we gonna get all that money out here?
You get down and stall them.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna get all the money? Oh, Lucy, that'll never work. You can't get all of that money in there.
Don't worry, Viv. These stretch pads are going to stretch farther than they've ever stretched before. Go down and stall them.
Stall them.
Hurry up.
Stall them.
Oh, hi, Phil. Oh, hi. Got home a little early, didn't you?
Oh, Saturday at the World's Fair was impossible. It was jam-packed.
Oh.
Anyway, we've seen enough of the fair, so instead of waiting for tonight, we've decided to go right now.
Yeah, so if you'll excuse us, we have quite a bit of packing to do.
Oh, I wouldn't go now if I were you. I'd wait till tonight. Oh, getting out of Danfield this afternoon would just be murder. I mean, impossible.
Okay, well, we just have to take our chances. Excuse me.
Oh, if I were you, I would wait until,
Hi.
Why, Mrs. Carmichael, what has happened to you?
It's an old allergy. Every time I eat hearts of lettuce, I get grepsophilia. Yeah, I break out in lumps.
Strange, you only break out from the waist down.
Yeah, well, that's grepsophilia for you. This is what happens when I eat lettuce heart. You see, when I eat a head of lettuce, I get a lumpy head. Oh, the pain. The itching is driving me crazy. Viv, you're going to drive me to the doctor's right away.
Oh, yeah, I'll get the car out of the garage.
Well, it would be faster if we took you.
Oh, no, don't bother, no.
right in front.
Oh, get the car, Viv.
I'm going to get the
In
car.
your condition, every minute counts. Now,
Oh,
come
no,
on.
yes,
no,
come
no,
on,
don't
come on.
bother, don't bother.
Listen.
No, hold it. I'm not going to be able to make it. I think we better have the doctor come over here.
All right.
Yeah, call the doctor. His number's 1166.
1166.
Yeah.
No, that's the police station.
I know that. That's where the doctor is every
Saturday afternoon?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
He's always there.
Yeah, he gives the department their weekly checkups. The chief is a physical fitness nut. Viv, use the kitchen phone.
Why?
So the doctor will be able to hear over all the noise.
What noise?
Wouldn't you be more comfortable sitting down?
I don't know.
Now, take it easy. Take it easy. Don't hurry.
No.
There.
Now, you stay with Mrs. Carmichael, and I'll go up and pack.
Oh, no, don't leave me.
I shall be here.
Well, I need both of you. When I really start to scratch, it takes 2 men to hold me down.
He'll be right. The doctor will be right here.
Yeah, I think I'd be more comfortable standing up.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Yeah, help.
Easy.
Oh, my.
There you go.
Lucy.
What?
Yes, lettuce rarely does give you lumps, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yes, but that lettuce happens to be ours. All 8,500 leaves of it.
Give it to me.
Stay right there.
Give us some money. Come on now.
In the closet, Lucy. There. Oh, now, wait a minute. Back. You dirty thieves. Down. Sit down. They're the ones that took the money.
Where's my money?
They're the ones that took it.
Where's the rest of my money?
Oh, just a minute, Mr. Mooney.
Yeah?
Hi, Mr. Mooney.
Hi. Where's the rest of my money?
I'm wearing it.
No bank ever had branches like that.
Okay, she'll be right out. Cynthia's folks are here. Hey, Viv, hurry up. Visitors' Day will be over before we get there. Oh, listen, Viv, would you bring my suitcase out here? It's right there in the living room.
Are we going to be out for Visitors' Day, or are you planning to stop over at a bricklayers' convention?
Well, Jerry asked me to bring up his Beatle records.
Oh. I don't see why those Beatles had to make so many records. They all sound the same.
Well, now to you, maybe, but not to the trained ear of a 9-year-old music lover.
I just don't see why you want to lug them all the way to camp. We're bringing the kids home tonight.
Well, I wanted to make their last day at camp a happy one.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Gee, I sure wish we could get hold of some money so they could stay that extra 2 weeks. You know, I hope the kids won't be too upset when you tell them.
Yeah, I hope they won't. When I tell them. Why me?
Well, now you know how chicken I get every time I have to do something distasteful.
Well, if you're so chicken, why don't you cackle and lay an egg every time you have to ask me for the rent?
Well, I'm off.
Oh, you're off,
Bye,
honey. Have
Aunt
a
Viv.
wonderful time.
Thank
Marvelous
you.
time.
Mom,
Bye-bye.
I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Is that what you're wearing?
Well, Mother, this is what all the girls are wearing.
It's what all the boys are wearing, too.
Oh, I've got to get going.
Well, enjoy yourself,
Thank you.
honey.
Oh, Aunt Viv, be careful driving up to camp.
Oh, we're not driving.
No.
Mr. Mooney's going to go visit his son, so he's taking us.
Oh, good. Then I won't have to worry.
Okay, honey, have a good
Bye.
time.
Bye, honey. Have
Good
fun.
girl now. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh, jeez. It's a shame the boys have to come home. But what can I do about it? If I should ask Mr. Mooney for money, he'd just say no. And if I threatened to take my account to another bank, he'd say, go ahead, take your account to another bank. I couldn't care less. Go, go, go. Get out of my life.
See?
What?
You know that every time you talk about Mr. Mooney, your neck turns 4 shades redder than your hair?
Oh, well, I don't care. He's so tight. He really burns me up.
Good morning, ladies.
You miserable skinflint.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. But why the compliment?
Because if I asked you for even a little bit of money, you'd turn me down.
Mrs. Carmichael, the Pentagon could use a clear, analytical mind like yours.
Oh, well, now that that's all over, let's get started at camp. What do you say?
Okay. You want me to drive?
Oh, that will be the day.
Come on, Bev, hurry up.
Oh, before we leave, I have some rather pleasant news for you.
Oh, that will be the day.
A refund on your last year's income tax.
Oh, no. Viv! Viv, $100. Oh, our problems are solved.
Hooray!
Would you endorse that,
Oh,
please?
it will be a pleasure. Oh, Mr. Mooney, you don't know what this means to me.
True, but I know what it means to me.
What?
It means that at long last you finally caught up with some of the money I've advanced you. Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Mooney. Oh, how can he be so mean?
Oh, it's nothing, really.
Maybe you, Jack Benny, is Diamond Jim Brady.
Oh, come along. This is going to be a real fun trip.
Oh, honestly.
Oh, please, allow me.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, Miss Carmichael,
Yeah.
don't forget your suitcase.
Oh, he couldn't stop for gas at that last station. They didn't give trading stamps.
Well, ladies, it seems there's only one fair way for me to do this. That's toss for it.
Toss for what?
To see which one of you walks to the next gas station.
Oh, it's 11 miles down the road.
Why don't you go?
Mrs. Carmichael, my back is killing me. I haven't recovered from trying to pick up your suitcase. Now, it's just 11 miles. You go straight down there, follow the white line.
Mr. Mooney, I have a proposition for you. If one of us goes for gas, will you give me my check back?
Mrs. Carmichael, I didn't think you would stoop to blackmail.
I'm not stooping to anything.
I'm too poop to stoop.
Now, you can either accept my little proposition or walk to the gas station yourself. Well?
I'll accept your generous offer. Stop walking.
Oh, we have no intention of walking.
We don't?
No, we'll get a lift from a passing motorist.
Ah!
Why, we'll be here all day before anybody stops for you, too.
Oh, no, we won't. Now, cars always stop for pretty girls, right, Viv?
That's right.
All right.
That's what I said. We'll be here all day.
Come on, Viv.
Okay. Are you ready? Watch this. Here comes one.
Yeah.
Nice going.
Well, it's all your fault.
My fault?
They won't stop if they see a man. Get out of sight.
Al, go on, go on.
Well.
Now watch this. Here comes one, Lucy. Okay, ready? Come on, let's give it that old Claudette Colbert try, girl, huh?
Okay.
Oh, this'll get 'em. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here comes one. Ready? It worked.
Yeah, it's two fellas.
And they're getting out of the car.
Yeah. Now play it cool, Viv. I'll do all the talking.
Okay.
What a place to change drivers.
Well, ladies, if I might make a suggestion, maybe I'd better try my luck.
You think you can do any better?
I certainly couldn't do any worse.
All right, you're so smart. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Lucy. If a car stops for him, we won't get the money.
If a car stops for him, we don't deserve the money.
Got a point there.
Now, let him have his fun, and then we'll take over.
Okay, go ahead. Get a ride. We'll watch.
All right. All right. Back of the car. Hide, hide. I don't want to start out with 2 strikes against me. Go on, get back. All right, down, down. Hide, hide.
Anything wrong?
Why, yes, yes, as a matter of fact. I seem to have run out of gas.
Oh, what a pity.
Yes, I was wondering if you could give me a lift to the next service station.
Why, it would be a pleasure. Hop in.
Thank you.
Oh, I'll go in first and dust the seat. Big boy.
If one word of this gets back to my wife, so help me, I'll foreclose your mortgage.
Okay, big boy.
Come on, Viv. Well, is this your cabin, fellas?
Yeah, Mom. Sure, and I sleep right here.
Really?
The rest of the guys sleep over here.
Oh.
We're the best group in camp.
Oh, did you hear that, Viv? They're the best group in camp.
We call ourselves the Rat Finks.
The Rat Finks. Is that good?
I suppose so.
Did you meet Mr. Slater yet?
No, but we sure would like to.
He's the best camp director in the whole world.
He is.
We'll go get him.
Go
Come on,
ahead.
Jerry.
Go ahead. Oh, don't our Rat Finks look marvelous?
They're having a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Boy, stop that! Stop teasing that skunk! Oh, nice to see you, Mrs.
Mrs. Carmichael.
Carmichael.
And I'm Mrs. Bagley,
Mrs.
Shirley's
Bagley.
mother.
Nice to see you, nice to see you. I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to spend much time with you ladies.
Oh, that's all right.
But as usual, on Visitors' Day, we're having our annual camp crisis.
Oh, now don't tell me Tommy Thompson put his pet snake in somebody's bed again.
Yes, he hid it in the chef's bed. He and his wife just quit.
Oh, that's
no.
what are you gonna do?
Well, fortunately, they're going to stay through dinner tonight.
Oh,
but
good.
tomorrow, I've got to get 2 new cooks.
Oh,
So
that's
if you-
too bad.
Yes, I know. Well, excuse me, lady. I got to get on the phone right away.
Okay,
Nice
Mrs.
with me.
Slater.
Mr.
Bye-bye.
Slater, wait a minute.
Yes.
I know 2 marvelous cooks that you can get.
What? Really? Who?
Yeah, who?
You and me.
You and who?
Me and you.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah, Mr. Slater, we've had lots of experience. You see, when we were in the waves, we cooked for the entire company.
Well, were you considered good cooks?
Well, we won the war, didn't we?
Yes, well, thank you, ladies. That'll be a big help.
Oh, it-
that's wonderful. You can start in the morning with breakfast.
Fine.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
be there.
That'll be a big... Boy, will you get that canoe out of that tree?
Are you out your mind?
Viv, don't you understand? As long as we're here doing the cooking, our kids will get to stay that extra 2 weeks.
Well, may I remind you that in our entire career in the waves, we only cooked one meal and everybody got seasick? And at the time, we were on dry land?
Well, now, Viv, we've had a lot more experience since then.
Lucy,
we've
for
been
heaven's
cooking
sake.
3 meals a day for
Cooking
5
a handful.
people.
Can you imagine how much you have to know
Come
about
on,
cooking to cook
Viv.
for a whole...
Just for a couple of weeks. It's not going to hurt you. Come on, please.
Okay, but it's just for the boys.
Okay.
Michael!
Oh, we're in here, Mr. Mooney.
Oh, there you are. Oh, I just stopped by to tell you we'll be heading back right after dinner.
Yeah, well, Mr. Mooney, we have some bad news for you. We're staying. We won't be driving back with you.
I see. What's the bad news?
Oh, go fill your gas tank, big boy.
You can't depend on those flappers stopping every time, you know.
Bye.
Gosh, Lucy, I haven't been up this early in years.
Now I know why they call it the crack of dawn. Anyone who gets up at dawn has got to be cracked. You're right, girl. Well, come on, let's get busy. Oh, well, now, look at this modern convenience.
Oh, the last time I saw a stove like that, Hansel and Gretel were cooking a witch in it.
Mother's handy household helper, 1903. Oh, my.
Well, Mother stood the years pretty well.
She's a little hot this morning, too.
They banked the fire before they left. That's good. You have to do that.
Well, let's see. What do we cook for breakfast?
How about some nice soft-boiled sleeping pills?
Well, good morning, good morning. Beautiful day, isn't it?
Well, who knows? It hasn't started yet.
Say, that's a good one. Well, anyway, ladies, the reason I stopped in, I wanted to tell you not to serve popovers this morning.
Oh, well, I had no intention of whipping up any popovers.
Oh, good. Because that's all our old chef ever served.
Oh.
He left us enough frozen popover batter to sink Boyd's Town. Oh, say, that was kind of cute.
Yeah, early in the morning. How would you like some eggs? We're very good at eggs.
Eggs are fine.
Okay, how would you like your eggs, Mr. Slater?
Oh, I won't be eating breakfast here, Miss Carmichael. I have to load up the station wagon and take some things into town.
Okay.
You'll find all the eggs you need in the refrigerator. Well, good luck.
Right.
Oh, hail to thee, Camp Oahu.
Well, what do you say we scramble them?
All right, you get the eggs while I start heating the pans.
Okay.
Oh, and bring some butter.
I only have 2 hands, you know.
Oh, all right, I'll get it. Viv, we have 200 eggs to scramble. By the time you bring out the other 196, those 4 will be hatched.
Well, now, do you know a better way of doing it?
Bring out the whole crate.
They're not in a crate. They're all piled up out there in the refrigerator.
Oh, heavens. All right, I'll show you how to handle eggs. You got a lot to learn about a kitchen, kid. A lot of these little labor-saving devices. pretty stupid thing to do, Viv. Now help me clean up this mess.
Well, now
what are we gonna do?
Just set fire to the floor and cook them right there.
All right, come on now, help me clean this up.
Okay. Oh, that is quite a mess, Lucy. I'm sorry.
You're sorry, for heaven's sake. Why did you think I put that up there? Why did you think there? Take more Find anything, Viv?
Nothing except that frozen popover batter, but we can't use that.
Bring it.
Oh, no, Mr. Slater told us not to cook.
Never mind. He's not going to be here. Forget what he said.
Now, Lucy.
This is an emergency. Bring it. We'll argue later.
Okay. This is awful heavy. Help me with it, will you? Things usually are. Well, now we'll have to get it out.
Come on and help me get it
How
out.
are we going to get it out of there?
Get down there and pull it up, that's all.
That heavy girl.
All right.
Oh, careful now. Got it.
Oh, wait a minute, Viv. Okay, hop over. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, look at that hole. Go get something to cover it. Go on, go get something to cover it. Shh. Upside down. This is what you brought to cover the hole with?
That's all I could find.
Honestly, Bill.
That's fine. Oh, that's fine.
Come on. Oh, I got to unfreeze this batter, and the best way to do it is in the oven. Open the oven door. Think you can do that?
Yeah. Oh, that's marvelous, Lucy. There you are, girl. I couldn't help you with that, no.
No, I wouldn't want you to even try.
That's good. Oh, wait a minute, Lucy. If you unfreeze that in the oven, when it melts, it'll all drip over the bottom of the oven.
Oh, all right. Get a roasting pan, put it on the bottom of the oven. Don't just stand there. Go
Get it. You want me to go get it?
All right, out! Out of that pool, you kids! Come on! You're supposed to be in basket weaving. Oh, Mrs. Carmichael, I don't know what's the matter with me this morning. I was halfway down the road before I realized I hadn't asked you what provisions you'll be needing for your next few meals.
Oh, we don't need a thing. Goodbye, Mr. Slater.
Oh, we're out of a lot of things.
But we can get them later. Goodbye, Mr. Slater.
Oh, Lucy, we really need an awful lot of things.
What in the world are you doing out here with that roasting pan? Get back in the pantry, Viv.
Well, you told me to go.
Never mind what I told you. Do what I tell you. Goodbye, Mr. Slater. We don't need a thing. We're fine.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh, no, Mr. Slater. Just a minute now, Mr. Slater. We need eggs.
Okay, we need eggs. Goodbye, Mr. Slater.
Wait a minute. There were nearly 20 dozen eggs in that refrigerator last night.
Yeah, we noticed them.
What happened to them?
Oh, yeah, what happened to them, Viv?
Ladies, please, I'm a busy man. What happened to the eggs?
Well, we had a teensy-weensy little problem.
What problem?
I dropped them.
You dropped them?
Story. You might as well tell him the truth.
Yes, I think you'd better tell me the truth, Mrs. Carmichael.
Well,
Yes.
well,
Well, come on, spit it out.
we couldn't find any more eggs.
Yes.
You were very low on eggs, really.
Low on eggs, yes.
So we knew that we had to fix something, and we were trying to figure out, the best possible.
All righty. Well,
that
what?
would be good for so many boys, and we have rather a limited idea allotment.
Come on, Mrs. Carmichael, I'm a busy man.
We decided that we were going to make something, and so we made popover.
Popover! I told you no popovers.
I know.
I stood there right there.
I know
told you
you
about the
said
mothers,
that, but
and they were worried
there
about
wasn't
them. What are you
anything
trying to do?
Let us Slater. We'll help you out. Let us help you out, Mr. Slater.
Sorry, Mr. Slater.
Mrs. Carmichael,
Yes.
I can understand how a woman might break 200 eggs.
Yes.
You please tell me how you managed to make a hole in the floor?
Mr. Slater, I want to talk to you about your termites.
Termites? Well, help me. Will you please get me out of here? I got a cat to attend to.
Break his other hand, Viv.
Mr. Slater, don't look, Mr. Slater.
What's happening to my stove?
We know now.
What is that?
Oh, it's just,
Mrs. Carmichael? What are you doing to my stove? What is this? Stop it! Stop it! What are you doing? Out!
Have you seen my new garter belt? I thought it was up there in the drawer. I can't find it anyplace. I just bought it the other day, and this is the first time I wanted to wear it. There it is. What are you doing with my new garter belt?
Oh, come on, Viv, let me have it. I haven't finished yet.
Give me that.
I need it to keep in shape.
Well, I needed to keep my shape in. Come on now, give it here.
Oh, all right.
You did that on purpose.
I did not,
Oh, you
Viv.
did too.
Mind if I borrow this?
What's the big idea?
I gotta exercise.
Well, take my advice and don't work up an appetite.
Why not?
Well, because you're broke, and if my alimony check isn't in this morning's mail, we're going to be eating leftovers for dinner.
So what? We've eaten leftovers before.
Yeah, but these leftovers are left over from last night's leftovers.
Well, Viv, you just better get down to the bank and ask Mr. Mooney to loan me some money until I get my allowance.
Me go? Oh, Lucy, Mr. Mooney wouldn't give me money for you if you'd been declared a disaster area.
Well, at least you could give it a try. Why don't you handle him the way I do? Be pleasant, butter him up a little, and then very casually get down on your knees and beg for $50.
Lucy, I couldn't get $50 out of that tightwad if I got down on my knees with a pair of loaded dice.
Well, now, look, you can use my system. Tell them the children are starving and take out your handkerchief and wipe away some tears. But be sure and tell him it's a matter of life and death that I get $50.
What if he only offers me 10?
Grab it.
Oh, come on now, Lucy. You play that scene so well. Why do you send me?
I can't go.
Why not?
Because I have to go to work.
Go to work?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get in condition.
Have you got a job? Oh, come on now. job is it?
I can't tell you.
Oh, come on now, Lucy, you gotta tell me.
Sorry, Viv.
Oh, now, Lucy, just give me a hint.
Well,
Just a
all
little-
I can say is it's the most exciting, thrilling, and dangerous work a woman ever had.
You're not thinking of going into the ring, are you?
Nope, you're not even warm.
Now, Lucy, come on and tell me.
Nope.
Oh, now, Lucy, now I'll get it out of you somehow. If
No.
you've got a job, I want to know what it is.
No.
Oh, come on now, Lucy, and tell me. I'll get it out of you somehow. You know it. Now, come on and tell me.
Good morning, Mr. Mooney.
Oh, good morning, Mrs. Bagley.
Oh, what a beautiful carnation.
Oh, thank you. I grow them myself.
You must have a green thumb.
Yes, from counting green money.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, you do have a delicious sense of humor. Lucy sent me.
Yeah. Another financial crisis.
Oh, I'll say it is, Mr. Mooney. I don't even have a nickel for the parking meter. It's just one of those times when my alimony check and her allowances run another dead heat.
This is a business institution, not a racetrack. I'm not interested in your photo finishes.
Well, I can't say I blame you. Ours is not a very pretty picture. What's that for?
Isn't this where Mrs. Carmichael told you to turn on the tears?
No, that comes after I mention the starving children. Oh, Mr. Mooney, believe me, this is serious, and all Lucy wants is just a little bit of an advance on her own money.
Then why didn't Mrs. Carmichael come herself?
She couldn't. She had to go to work.
What, she has another job?
Uh-huh.
What's she doing?
I don't know. All I know is that she has to keep in good physical shape. And she says it's the most exciting, dangerous job that a woman ever had.
Maybe they're sending her to the moon.
Well, if they are, they'll be sending her on an empty stomach. Believe me now, Mr. Mooney, we're just starving. Couldn't you just see your way clear?
Mrs. Carmichael has given me the malnutrition bit before.
Oh, but Mr. Mooney, this time it's true. Believe me, this morning I stuck my head in the refrigerator, and that's the only meat that's been in there for a week. Oh, Mr. Mooney, believe me, there's no food. And when mealtime comes around, I start thinking of the children.
Oh, good heavens, I can't have you putting ketchup on them. All right, I'll advance Mrs. Carmichael a few dollars for groceries.
50?
10.
I'll take it. Now, Mr. Mooney, how about a nickel for me for the parking meter, huh?
It seems to me you have an account here.
Do you want me to write a check for a nickel?
Unless you'd rather fill out an application for a loan.
I got one. My first one. This is my first one. I got them good, too. My first one. Yeah.
Oh, just a minute, officer. Just a minute. Lucy!
Hi, Viv.
So this is your big secret.
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, I never would have guessed. My, you look wonderful in that uniform.
Thank you. Isn't it great? I just started an hour ago, and already I'm writing out my first ticket.
Oh, congratulations. Marvelous. Wait a minute, you can't write that ticket. That's my car.
It is? Oh, gee, how come I didn't recognize it?
I had it washed.
I didn't know it was green.
What are you doing?
I have to finish writing out your ticket.
Lucy, you can't give me a ticket.
I have to.
Here's my nickel for the meter. See, right here.
Too late.
You wouldn't.
Let me see your driver's license.
Are you out of your mind?
I'm just doing my duty, Viv. The meter says expired.
You make me wish you were.
Well, now I've got to cite you for a 255.
What's that?
Abusive language to a police officer.
But, Lucy, you can't give me a ticket. I went into the bank for you.
A likely story.
Oh, now, come on. Now, you sent me. Here's the money.
Oh, Viv, how could you?
How could I what?
You've just committed an 826.
826?
Yes, attempting to bribe a police officer.
Are you writing that down?
I have to. It's in the manual.
But, Lucy, this is your money.
Excuses, excuses. Let me see your driver's license.
I will not.
All right, then I'll have to put you down as argumentative.
Oh, all right. My number is 748235.
I have to have the license.
Are you calling me a liar?
No, but I've got to do things according to the manual.
Oh, all right.
Hair blonde, eyes blue, date of birth. Oh, you must be kidding. No wonder you didn't want to show me your license.
So I happen to be a year older than it says.
How many years older?
Oh, come on. Give me the ticket and let me get out of here.
Sorry, madam, but I'll have to detain you.
Detain me?
Yes, when a driver's license contains false information, I have to turn in a 407.
A 407?
I have to run a make on you.
Run a make on me?
Yeah, it's an expression we use down at headquarters. All right, Mrs. Bagley, raise your arms over your head and lean forward over that car.
Why?
The manual says it's required safety procedure while detaining a suspect. Now go on and do it.
I'll do no such thing.
All right, unless you do, I'll have to cite you for resisting an officer.
Oh, okay.
All right, over the car. All the way over. Unit 11A, requesting a warrant on one female suspect. Bagley, Vivian. Height 5'6", hair blonde, eyes blue, age uncertain.
Right, 11A. Stand by.
Roger. They got a wonderful system here, Viv. This will only take a minute.
Well, I hope so, because I'm getting tired of playing cops and robbers. Why don't you just put the handcuffs on me and hit me over the head with a blackjack?
Watch it, watch it. Get those hands up over your head and get back over that car.
Calling Unit 11A. Unit 11A. We show no warrant check on your suspect.
Roger, over and out. All right, madam, good news.
What?
You're clean.
Does that mean that I can go?
After you sign this ticket, yes. Thank you. There you are. Aha! Litter bug. Hi, girl. Hey, wait till you hear what a success I am down at headquarters. They said I gave out more tickets than any rookie they'd ever had, including men rookies. And boy, did I make a big hit with that 7 violation ticket I gave you. Thanks to you, I'm liable to make sergeant soon. Well, gee, Viv, aren't you glad for me? Oh, Viv, don't hold a grudge. I was only doing my job. Well, let's not talk shop. I'm off duty now. Say, I noticed you took up the hem of that skirt. It's a good thing you did. It makes it look real smart. You know, Viv, I think you've lost some weight. No kidding. That outfit makes you look 5 years younger than your driver's license says. Gee whiz, Viv. No matter what kind of beast we've had, we've never not talked. At least we had the decency and courtesy to argue and yell at each other. Oh, Viv, will you say something? Anything.
Copper.
Oh, I wish you'd stop talking like that. When will you civilians realize that a policeman is your best friend?
A policeman, yes, but not a stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper? Why, you meter cheater?
Meter cheater.
Oh, Viv, let's not quarrel. Have you started dinner yet?
Not yet. I just got back from doing my shoplifting.
Oh, Viv, you're funny, honey.
Don't try to make up with me, J. Edna Hoover.
Viv, I was only doing my job.
Well, your job is liable to cost me a fortune in fines.
Well, I'm sorry, but this is one job I don't intend to lose. And if you're unhappy about that ticket, you can just go fight City Hall.
That's exactly what I intend to do. I am going to go to court and fight that ticket.
Well, fine. May the best man win. No hard feelings.
Oh, I guess you were only doing your job.
That's right.
You didn't know it was my card.
Of course I didn't.
And you are my best friend.
And I always will be.
Come on, honey, let's go out in the kitchen and have a cup of coffee, huh?
Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm not allowed to consort with known criminals.
City of Danfield versus Mrs. Vivian Bagley.
Is Mrs. Bagley present?
Right here, Your Honor.
Would you step up here, please?
Yes, sir.
And Officer Carmichael.
Officer Carmichael, Traffic Department, badge number 8715, District 9, 21st Precinct, Division 7, vehicle number 12, Unit 11A, Women's Auxiliary.
Thank you. Now, Mrs. Bagley, about these various charges listed against you, how do you plead to the charge of overtime parking?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Oh, come on now.
Please, quiet. Go ahead, Mrs. Bagley.
Well, you see, Your Honor, I didn't have any change for the parking meter, so I went into the bank to get some. And when I came out, there she was.
Will you please identify whom you mean by she?
I mean, Officer Carmichael, District 9, Division 7, and all.
And did you explain your situation to Officer Carmichael?
Oh, I certainly did, Your Honor. She had no right to give me that ticket.
I call him as I see him. Your Honor, with the court's permission, I would like to prove that her story is very questionable.
Permission granted. You may be seated, Mrs. Bagley.
Yeah, sit down, Viv. Now, Your Honor, you see, this is Maple Street. And this is the bank over here, and you're the saloon on the corner.
What?
I mean, you're the cocktail lounge. You're the cocktail lounge. Now, there were 3 cars parked right here when I came around the corner. I tripped as I got off.
Officer Carmichael, will you please explain the meaning of this travesty?
Well, with the court's indulgence, I'm trying to establish a time element.
What time element?
I'm trying to establish that there was more than enough time for any normal person to go into a bank and get some change.
Get off. What do you say to this, Mrs. Bagley?
Mr. Mooney here will testify that I did go into the bank and that I did ask for change for the parking meter.
That's true, Your Honor.
Well, a transaction like that shouldn't take much time.
She didn't have any money.
I finally had to write him a check for 5 cents.
Well, cashing a check doesn't take very much time.
Well, first we had to check her balance.
For a nickel?
It was insufficient.
Then how could you possibly expect to take care of the meter?
Well, I expected to take the money out of the money that he gave me to give to her.
Mr. Mooney, why would you be giving a police officer money?
Because it was my money.
We handle her trust fund.
Well, if it's her money, why did you give it to Mrs. Bagley?
Because I didn't want her head to be the only meat in the refrigerator.
Now, wait. Let's start over with this thing and see if... Will you go and sit down someplace? Mrs. Bagley.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
How do you explain these other charges? Attempting to bribe a policeman.
Yeah. It was her money.
Can you prove it was her money?
Mr. Mooney?
Yes, Your Honor, I have the canceled check right here. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to the bank.
Very well. Will you hand this evidence to the bailiff on your way out?
Thank you so much, Mr. Mooney, for coming to help me out. That's very sweet of you.
Mrs. Bagley.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to the rest of these charges?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
What? Oh.
Will you please? Continue, Mrs. Bagley.
Yes, Your Honor. I was angry about the injustice of the parking meter, and she goaded me into doing all of those other things. By nature, I'm law-abiding, pleasant, friendly.
Oh, sure.
But she provoked me.
Can you prove these statements?
Yes, Your Honor, with the help of a character witness.
Very well. Call your character witness.
I call Lucille Carmichael.
Me? I can't be a character witness.
Yes, you can. Come up here. Proceed.
On the morning that you gave me the ticket, did you or did you not have an argument with Vivian Bagley?
I don't remember.
Oh, a likely story. Do you deny that an argument took place between you and said Vivian Bagley?
You started it.
Oh, that's beside the point.
It is not beside
It
the
is
point.
beside the
No,
point.
it
That's
isn't.
not the
You
way
got
you
us
argue.
up to
Ladies,
that
ladies,
that's
please.
what. You start them all the
Officer
time.
Carmichael. Mrs. Bagley, it is only fair to point out to you that you are hurting your own case by showing that you are quarrelsome.
Yes, sir. All right,
Continue.
sir. Now then, Your Honor, I will prove to this court that said argument was not said Mrs. Bagley's fault because it was caused by what said Lucille Carmichael said.
What did I say?
Well, it wasn't exactly what you said. It was what you did.
Well, what did she did? I mean, what did she do?
Your Honor, wouldn't you quarrel if you walked into the living room and found someone pulling on your brand new garter belt?
I don't think I understand.
Well, she was pulling it all out of shape. That's what she was doing.
Vivian, I was not. I was pulling on it like this.
Well, why would you be pulling on anybody's garter belt?
So I could become a policeman. I was getting in shape for my physical.
Jerry, in 20 years on the bench,
You
I've never...
see how she provokes you? You see, Your Honor? You see how she provokes you? Then you can imagine her provoking me with my sweet disposition.
Oh, sweet disposition.
Well, perhaps some of these charges have been provoked and exaggerated.
Just a minute. What about the charge of falsifying her driver's license?
Well, can you explain that?
Well, Judge, I did make a little mistake about the date of my birth.
That is not an uncommon practice with the feminine sex. And so far as a woman's age is concerned, I think our Motor Vehicle Bureau is chivalrous enough to close one eye.
For the age she put down, they'd have to close both eyes and wear dark glasses.
Your Honor, that's contempt of court.
Your Honor, do I have to stand here and be cross-examined by this bleached blonde Perry Mason?
Oh, your hair hasn't been its original color for 20 years.
Is that
20
so?
years that I know of. You just happen to have those dark
Order in this court!
I am now going to render my decision in this case.
But, Your Honor, you haven't heard all the testimony yet.
Please let me run my own court.
Well, yes, if you put it that way.
All right, Mrs. Bagley.
Yes, sir.
It is true. You were parked overtime. And for that, I am going to fine you $2.
Is that all?
But in view of mitigating circumstances, I am going to suspend that fine, and I am going to dismiss all the other charges against you. Officer Carmichael, you overstepped your bounds of duty. And for that, I should fine you $50. However, since it was your first day of duty, I am going to suspend that fine on 2 conditions. First, that you stop being so overzealous.
Overzealous? What does that mean?
That means drunk with power.
Thank you. The second proviso is that you will please never again set foot in my court.
Your Honor, I guess I did go a little overboard in performing my duties, and I'll try never to let it happen again.
Very well. Case dismissed.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you, too, Judge. Judge
Caston.
Judge Caston.
Yes.
Is that Jack Caston?
Yes.
Is that Jack T. Caston?
Yes.
Do you own a 1964 blue convertible? Boy, are you in trouble. Parked in a restricted zone out there. I see your driver's license, Louise. But he's guilty as sin, baby. Officer Carmichael reporting. Traffic Department badge number 8715, District 9, 21st Precinct, Division 7. Vehicle number 12, Unit 11A, Women's Auxiliary.
Can't you just say hi like everybody else?
Hi. Captain, wait till you see my batch of tickets. I gave 7 tickets to drivers for overtime parking, 2 jaywalkers, 1 fellow for being parked in a loading zone, and 1 fellow for being loaded in a parking zone.
My, you've been a busy little bee, haven't you?
Yes, sir, and I'm not finished yet. I just came back to get some more chalk from you.
The chalk is in the stock room.
Oh, yes, sir.
And Officer Carmichael.
Yes, sir.
We don't salute around here.
Oh, well, I guess it's an old habit. I used to be a whack.
Used to.
Captain Bradford?
Yes, Baker?
I've been studying these reports on the Lover's Lane holdups.
Yeah?
Well, I think this green scarf bandit has been just hanging around up there waiting for easy pickings. So why don't we set a trap for him?
Oh, a stakeout, huh?
Well, yeah, I'll take one of the girls from the department. We'll pretend we're sweethearts.
Hey, that's a good idea, Baker, but our policewomen, they don't look like the type you'd find at Lover's Lane.
Well, if we find the right girl, I'm ready to go.
Now, this Lover's Lane stakeout calls for the kind of a chick that looks a little bit kooky.
Officer Carmichael.
Yes, sir.
I think we hit the jackpot.
You come here.
Yes, sir.
You've been a real eager beaver around here. Now, how would you like to do some real police work?
Oh, yes. What? When? Where?
We're setting a trap to catch a crook.
We call him Green Scarf Louie because he always covers his face with one.
Oh. With one what?
A green scarf.
Oh.
Detective Baker wants you to go to Lover's Lane with him tonight and act like your sweethearts.
Sweetheart?
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't know, sir. I have an appointment to play bridge tonight. I'm sorry, Detective Baker.
Oh, I'm not Baker. Oh, I'm Baker.
Oh, how do you do? You see, every Monday... I may be able to go, sir.
Well, make up your mind, Officer Carmichael.
The answer is yes, I'll go, as long as it's in the line of duty, sir.
Fine.
I'll pick you up at 8 o'clock tonight.
Officer Carmichael?
Yes, sir.
I want you to understand that this is very confidential police business.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you're not to discuss this with anyone.
Not anyone.
Where do you live?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not permitted to discuss that with anyone.
Oh, you can discuss it with him.
Oh, I live at 132 Post Road.
Good. What's your telephone number?
My phone number?
Don't you know your own phone number?
It's been so long since anyone's asked for it. Viv, I think you better go upstairs.
Why?
Well, I just don't want you here when he comes, that's all.
Oh, you can't stand the competition, huh?
Oh, come on now, Viv.
All right, I'll go. But before I do, I'm going to ask you for the very last time. Who is he?
I can't tell you.
Oh, come on now. Can't you just give me one little hint?
All right. I met him today at work, and no more questions.
He's a policeman.
No. No. I don't know what he is.
Now, you said you met him at work.
Yeah, I gave him a traffic ticket, and while I was taking his name and address, he asked for my name and address, and, well, that's the way Niagara Falls. There he is. Go on upstairs.
Okay.
Go on now. All right, Vivian.
Oh, now, Lucy.
No eavesdropping.
Oh,
You
come
get
on now. I just
no.
want to see what he looks like.
Get upstairs.
If I just saw what he's like, then I would go upstairs.
Go on. Hurry up. Come in. Go on.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Is Officer Carmichael in?
What?
But it's you. I didn't recognize you.
Oh, you didn't?
Somehow, when you're out of your police uniform, you look a lot bigger.
Bigger?
Taller. It must be those high heels.
Yeah.
You see, down at the police station, I just kind of think of you as one of the boys.
Oh. Well, Detective Baker, I hope I handle this assignment correctly.
Lucy!
What is it, Viv?
I want a drink of water.
Now, Vivian, there's water upstairs.
Now, I want a drink of cold water.
All right, come on down. Every time I have company.
Oh, my brother's little girl is just like that, too.
You want to bet?
Oh, hello. Why, I didn't know you had company.
Mr. Baker, this is my friend, Mrs. Bagley.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Oh, how do you do? Lucy's told me all about you.
She has?
I told her that I met you when I gave you a parking ticket.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. We met when she arrested me.
Oh, well, lots of romances start with a pitch. Vivian, I hope you have a nice time tonight, wherever you're going.
We'll probably just go for a drive.
You certainly picked a lovely evening for it. The spring is in the air, and the moon is in the sky.
And the water's in the kitchen.
Excuse me.
Certainly.
Excuse me, Vivian.
Well, you told her about me, huh?
No, of course I didn't. Captain Bradford said not to discuss it with anyone.
Now, that's very good.
Thank you. Now, shall we get going and do our duty?
Yes. Oh, but first, I have something for you.
Real diamonds?
Real diamonds.
And platinum mink?
Bait.
Bait?
The green scarf Louis.
Oh, well, you sure set a nice trap. These are beautiful.
Don't get too fond of them. They're police property, and you've got to be very careful of them.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
I just want to powder my nose. I'll be right out.
Fine, I'll wait for you in the car.
Okay.
Relax, Mrs. Carmichael.
Relax.
Just don't be so nervous. Pretend you're on a date.
Pretend I'm on a date. I guess I'm just a little out of practice. I mean, I've never dated a policeman before.
Neither have I.
That's
Will you take it easy, please? Now keep it down. You don't want to scare him off.
Okay.
Just act natural. Snuggle up to me.
What?
Snuggle up to me.
Why?
We're supposed to be sweethearts. Now snuggle up to me. There. That's better. We just have to sit here and wait.
Okay.
That's good. Fine.
Down at headquarters, I heard you got a medal.
That's right.
What was it for?
Service beyond the line of duty.
On an assignment like this?
No. No, I handcuffed a burglar to myself while he had a gun on me.
Couldn't he have killed you?
Before he could react, I tossed the key to the handcuff out the window.
Oh, Bill, you shouldn't take such chances.
How far could he get with a detective handcuffed to him?
Oh, I see. What's a big idea? What's the matter with you?
That was nothing personal. I just thought I saw a green scarf Louis.
Oh.
Now, Officer Carmichael, let's get this straight once and for all. If I kiss you, if I hug you, it is only because I don't want us to look suspicious.
All right.
Now, it's all in a day's work.
Okay, okay.
Come on, come on. Gee. That's good. Get comfortable. That's fine.
Okay. Say, doesn't your wife object to you going on assignments like this?
I'm not married.
Oh?
They only send bachelors out on assignments like this.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh, excuse me just a moment.
What you gonna do?
Gotta call headquarters. Calling headquarters. This is Baker on the Paradise Grove stakeout.
This is headquarters. Captain Bradford speaking. Go ahead, Baker.
Chief, I'm leaving my switch open, so keep a monitor listening in at all times. If you happen to hear me make contact with the suspect, throw a roadblock on Paradise Grove.
Check. Over and out.
Roger. Well, all we can do now is wait and hope. There we go. Green Scarf Louis works on schedule. He should be sticking us up any minute.
Any minute?
Any minute. please ignore that. It was just an accident.
I heard it.
Oh, that rips it! Look, if he was here, he certainly isn't here now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, boy. All this time and effort wasted.
I said I'm sorry,
Yeah, I
Bill.
know, so am I. I hate to fall down on an assignment like this. Oh, no. Well, I'll just take you home.
Oh, well, we'll try it again tomorrow night, huh, Bill?
I don't think so.
Why not?
He'll never come back up here now he knows there's a police stakeout.
Oh, well, now, Bill, that's where you're wrong. If he thinks that we think that he won't be back, then he'll think that since we think he won't be back, that we won't come back. And if he thinks we won't come back because we think he won't come back, then I think he'll come back because I think that's the way he thinks. What do you think?
I think you're nuts.
I think so, too.
Oh, I'm just not gonna wear that thing. Oh, now, Viv, you've got to wear this green scarf over your face. Why? That's why they call him Green Scarf Louie. Well, this whole thing is ridiculous. Oh, please, Viv, it took me an hour to talk Bill into trying another stakeout. Now, you gotta help. Well... Now, I have a feeling that Green Scarf Louie will come back eventually. And if Bill thinks that he sees him tonight, he'll continue the stakeouts and he'll catch him. What if he catches me? Oh, he won't, Viv. All you have to do is give me a signal, peek up from behind a rock, and then go on home. Well, all right. Thank you. What kind of a signal? Well, can you make a noise like a cricket? I am not rubbing my hind legs together for anything. All right, can you make a noise like an owl? Hoo, hoo. Oh, I think I can do a little thing like that. All right. Now, do you know how to get to Lover's Lane? Do I know how to get to Lover's Lane? Before Ralph and I were married, we spent our happiest hours up there. Really? Yeah, but that's before Ralph and I met each other. Oh, gee, what a beautiful night. I just love moonlight and flowers and crickets and frogs.
Tell me, do you like to dance?
Yes, why?
I was just thinking about the policeman's ball this Saturday night.
You were?
Yeah. Would you like to go?
I sure would.
Fine. Here are 2 tickets.
You're giving me 2 tickets?
Yeah, I bowl on Saturday night. Well, I think we ought to call off this stakeout.
Oh, now, Bill, I just know the Green Scarf Louie is around here someplace.
How do you know?
A woman's intuition. Now, believe me, he's around here someplace. Bill, I just saw Green Scarf Louie over behind that rock.
All right, let's play it cool. Into position. That's right. Relax. You're right. It's the bandit.
What bandit? What bandit are you talking about?
You just stay right here.
Where are you going? Oh, Bill, you're supposed to stay here. He's supposed to come to me, remember?
I know, but I think I can sneak up on him and take him from behind.
Sneak up and take him from behind?
Yes.
Oh, don't shoot her. Him? No, I can't stand the noise.
Now, look, will you please sit down there and be quiet, Lucy?
Yes, sir. Sake, what are you doing here? I told you to go on home. He's out there looking for you. Oh, put that gun down. For heaven's sake, I might know you'd be a big ham and have to go overboard. Now go on home.
Shut up, lady, and nobody will get hurt.
What?
Shut up. One peep and I'll clobber you quicker than you can say Jack Robinson.
Jack who? I mean, who?
I told you not one peep.
That's not a peep, it's a
Shut up! Give me that fur. Hand over that bracelet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jabba! Bill! Bill!
What's the matter, Lucy? What's the matter? Who was here?
The man with the green face.
What?
Yeah, but he got Bill.
Hello, this is Baker calling headquarters. Baker calling headquarters.
This is headquarters. Go ahead, Baker.
Yeah, Chief, the Green Scarf Bandit just made another heist, but I think he's still in the vicinity of Paradise Grove.
Tell him he's got a green scarf over his face and he wears a trench coat and he has a black hat.
They already know that, Lucy.
Oh, well, do they know that he got the mink stole and the diamond bracelet?
What?
I couldn't help it. He had a gun on me.
Officer Carmichael, those items cost the taxpayers a small fortune. Do you realize you might be kicked out of the police force?
And he means out.
Well, here I am in Lover's Lane with a girl. Shh. Oh, I don't know how I ever let you talk me into this. Let's get out of here, Lucy.
No. If I don't capture Green Scarf Louie, I'm out of a job. I told you that.
And what about the spot you're going to be in when you tell Mr. Mooney that you bought a mink stole and a diamond bracelet on the installment plan?
After I get the bandit, I'll return the stuff to the store.
How do you even know he'll show up?
That's just a hunch. It's a shot in the dark.
Huh. We may both get shot in the dark. Come on, Lucy, let's go.
No, no. Now, there's nothing to worry about.
Last night, he stuck a gun in your ribs, and I'm the target for tonight.
Yeah, but tonight I'm ready for him.
Handcuffs.
Yeah.
What good are these if he's got a gun?
Well, I'll show you. Now, make believe you've got a gun and stick me up.
Oh, no.
Come on now, Vid.
I don't want to.
Come on, do what I ask you and stick me up. Now, come on, I'll show you.
Stick him up.
I gotcha.
Well, that's really clever.
You bet it's clever.
Hey, but couldn't the burglar shoot you?
The minute I snap the cuffs on, I show him the key and throw the key away.
Lucy, you're absolutely wonderful. Just wonderful.
Just routine police work, that's all.
Well, let's get the key now to get this San Quentin charm bracelet off.
Okay.
My arm's through the steering wheel.
What?
Look at it, it's through the steering wheel.
You're kidding.
Oh, there it is.
How could you do a stupid thing like that?
How I could do a stupid thing like that, to tell you the truth?
Oh,
I
for
said stick 'em
heaven's
up.
sake.
Oh, well, now.
Oh, Vivian. Honestly. What are we going to do now?
Why don't you take the steering wheel off?
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, this is the easiest setup I ever had.
Oh, no.
Now, hand over that bracelet.
Oh, no. You don't want to take that fur in this bracelet.
Why not?
Oh, you have to keep up the payments on them.
Give me.
Oh, you really should take. Oh. If.
Oh. It's you again. What are you made up for?
I'm Officer Carmichael from the police department.
Well, now, you just keep right on working for him, dearie, and I'll be a millionaire. I'll see you tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Oh, and don't be late.
No.
I'll take that. You stand still. Keep him covered.
Oh. Bill. Bill, what are you doing here?
We were at a stakeout in another car.
You had a stakeout with
Yeah.
another girl?
Oh, well, not exactly. You remember Detective Murdoch.
How are you?
All right, you take care of him, Fred.
Oh, boy.
Now, we decided that this stakeout was a little dangerous for a girl.
I'm not a girl. I am Officer Carmichael.
You're right. You're a pretty good cop.
Thank you. And so are you, Bill.
Thanks. Oh, by the way, my bowling game is off Saturday night if you don't have a date for the policeman's ball.
Oh, I'd love to go.
Have you got a friend for me?
How about me?
You keep quiet.
I've got a couple of tickets if you'd like to go with me.
I'd love to if you let me borrow your dress.
Get him out of here.
On your way. Go on.
Oh, by the way, Officer Carmichael.
Yes, Bill.
I'm going to see to it that you get credit for this arrest.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Bye, Bill.
Bye, Bill. See you Saturday night.
Oh, boy. Did you hear that, Viv? This'll be a feather in my cap.
Good. It'll match that feather brain of yours.
What do you mean, my feather brain?
You let him get away without unlocking these handcuffs.
Bill! Bill! Hey, Bill!
What was that, thunder?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, it's gonna rain.
It wouldn't dare rain. Bill!
Bill!
Hey, Bill!
Rent crisis and the World's Fair opportunity, Lucy and Viv face financial ruin. I have always felt that the true genius of the Lucy show reveals itself most clearly in the quiet domestic openings, those seemingly ordinary morning conversations that slowly, almost imperceptibly open the door to chaos. The composite script begins precisely in that register, and every time I return to these opening lines I find myself pulled back into the living room of my childhood home, sitting cross-legged on the carpet in front of a television that still carried the faint warmth of vacuum tubes. My mother would be folding laundry nearby, and the moment Lucy's voice filled the room, I would feel that familiar mixture of delight and protective tenderness that has never left me. "Why, Viv, you look perfectly radiant this morning." "I can't get over it, Viv. You're positively beautiful." Those words, spoken with Lucille Ball's unmistakable cadence, half teasing, half sincere, always carrying an undercurrent of affectionate exaggeration, still land inside me with the force of something both comic and deeply human. What still moves me after all these years is the way the exchange immediately establishes the emotional architecture of the entire series. Lucy is not simply delivering a compliment, she is performing optimism as a survival strategy. Viv, still without makeup, replies that she has not yet put her face on, and Lucy's response, "Well, you shouldn't wear makeup. You have a rare natural beauty," carries that particular ball inflection that manages to be both flattering and faintly absurd. I have always heard in that line a private declaration of loyalty. In my private viewing history, this is the sound of one woman refusing to let another disappear into ordinary self-doubt. The humor is gentle, almost domestic, yet it already contains the seeds of the larger economic anxiety that will propel the episode. When Lucy casually adds, "By the way, dear, your rent's due today," the tonal shift is so seamless that the laughter catches in the throat. I find myself laughing and aching at the same time, because the transition from beauty to bills is the central rhythm of these women's lives. Viv's admission that she does not have the money, followed by Lucy's mock stern "Go fix your face, you're a mess," is classic Ball economy. The physical comedy is not yet visual. It lives entirely in the voice and in the imagined gestures we supply from decades of watching her. I can still see in my mind's eye the way Lucille Ball would have delivered that line, chin slightly lifted, eyes narrowing with comic severity. The smallest tilt of the head that somehow conveys both maternal exasperation and genuine affection. 3 months behind in the rent. The number is spoken and then immediately contextualized by Viv's counter-revelation: Ralph is 3 months behind with the alimony. The symmetry is perfect and painful. Two divorced or widowed women bound together by friendship and shared financial precarity, each carrying the residue of a failed marriage into the morning light of a suburban kitchen. In the mid-1960s, this was not abstract social commentary. It was the lived reality of countless households, and the Lucy Show never pretended otherwise. What it did with extraordinary grace was transform that reality into something that could be laughed at without being diminished. Lucy's suggestion that Viv might as well go out and rob a bank is the first pure spark of the episode's central comic engine. The line is thrown away almost casually. "What do you want me to do, go out and rob a bank?" and yet it plants the seed that will later bloom into the entire Borders and bank robbery plot. I have always felt that Ball's genius lay in her ability to make such throwaway lines feel both spontaneous and inevitable. She does not underline the joke, she simply lets it hang in the air, trusting the audience to feel the absurdity. Viv's reply that she does not want Lucy to rob a bank, followed by the observation about the pittance Ralph gives her, deepens the portrait of economic humiliation. Then comes one of the most perfectly crafted lines in the entire composite script. Ralph feels that paying alimony is like feeding oats to a dead horse. The image is so vividly grotesque, so precisely calibrated between bitterness and dark humor, that it still startles me into laughter every time. And Lucy's immediate, and no cracks as pure Ball timing, the quick defensive reflex of a woman who will mock the situation herself but will not tolerate anyone else doing so at her friend's expense. The radio announcement that follows is for me one of the quiet masterstrokes of the episode's construction. Danfield, open your doors. Due to the tremendous influx of tourists visiting the World's Fair, residents of surrounding communities are being urged to rent out rooms to people who cannot get accommodations in New York City. The language is official, slightly pompous, perfectly of its historical moment. The 1964 New York World's Fair was not merely a backdrop. It was a genuine cultural event that placed enormous pressure on housing in the entire metropolitan region. By placing that pressure inside the Carmichael Bagley household, the writers grounded the farce in recognizable social reality. Lucy's immediate leap, "So I could rent out a room and get off the hook," is pure character. She does not pause to consider logistics or consequences. The idea arrives fully formed as a solution, and the only remaining question is whose room will be sacrificed. Viv's horrified "Whose room do you have in mind?" and the subsequent "Oh no, you don't" carry the weight of years of shared history. I have always heard in Vivian Vance's delivery, a lifetime of having been the more practical, more cautious partner in this particular friendship. Lucy's counter-offer, "You can use my room, we'll double up," is both generous and strategically self-serving. When Viv asks whether she has an alternative, Lucy's reply is a masterpiece of comic coercion delivered as free choice. "Now, look, Viv, I'm not going to insist. I'll leave it up to you. Either you move in with me or sleep in the garage." The logic is airtight and completely unfair, and Ball would have played the moment with that particular wide-eyed innocence that somehow made the manipulation feel almost affectionate. Viv's resigned "Well, I'll move in with you," and Lucy's triumphant "Good girl" close the negotiation with the easy intimacy of women who have had this conversation in one form or another many times before. What still moves me after all these years is the way the scene refuses to treat financial desperation as either pure tragedy or pure farce. The rent is 3 months overdue. The alimony is 3 months overdue. The solution is to displace one friend so that paying guests can occupy her bed. And somehow, through the alchemy of Lucille Ball's performance and the writer's precise calibration of tone, the entire situation remains buoyant. I find myself thinking of my own mother's stories of the early 1960s of women stretching paychecks, of the quiet calculations that went into every grocery list and every utility bill. The Lucy Show never claimed that laughter erased those pressures, it simply insisted that laughter remained possible inside them. That insistence feels to me like a form of emotional courage. The decision to tack up notices in every store in Danfield and to write an advertisement is pure Lucy momentum. Once the idea has been accepted, there is no hesitation, no second guessing. The scene ends with the two women already moving into action, and I can feel even in the printed dialogue the physical energy Ball would have brought to the moment, the quick, decisive movements, the slightly breathless enthusiasm. The way she could make scheming look like the most natural and hopeful thing in the world. In my private viewing history, this opening has always functioned as both overture and thesis. Everything that follows the arrival of the boarders, the robbery, the mattress, the stretch pants, the camp, the meter-maid uniform, the green scarf, grows organically from this single morning conversation about rent and beauty and the stubborn refusal to be defeated by either. I have watched these opening minutes more times than I can count, sometimes alone late at night, sometimes with younger relatives who are encountering Lucy for the first time. What remains constant is the sense of recognition. These are not glamorous women. They are not protected by wealth or by the residual glamour of Hollywood. They are two middle-aged friends in a modest house in a small town, trying to keep the lights on and the children fed and their own dignity intact. And yet, Because Lucille Ball is at the center of it, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. The rent crisis is not merely a plot device, it is the emotional ground from which every subsequent comic flight will launch. That is why even after all these decades I still lean forward slightly when Lucy says, "Why, Viv, you look perfectly radiant this morning." I know what is coming. I know the trouble that is already gathering just beyond the edge of the frame. And I know, with the deep certainty of a lifelong admirer, that whatever chaos arrives, Lucy will meet it with that same radiant, reckless, infinitely resilient optimism that has lived inside me since childhood. The World's Fair announcement is more than exposition. It is the sound of the larger world pressing against the walls of the Carmichael house, offering both opportunity and danger. In 1964, the fair represented progress, spectacle, and a certain mid-century American confidence. Inside this particular living room, it represents a chance to solve a 3-month rent deficit by turning a friend's bedroom into a temporary hotel. The comedy is born from the gap between those two scales, the grand civic invitation and the intimate domestic calculation. Ball and Vance play that gap with perfect instinct. They do not mock the fair, they simply absorb its language and immediately translate it into the currency of their own survival. That translation, more than any individual gag, is what makes the opening feel so alive to me still. I find myself lingering on the smallest details. The way Lucy refuses to let Viv deflect the beauty compliment. The way the alimony complaint is delivered without self-pity. The way the dead horse metaphor arrives fully formed and then is immediately fenced off by and no cracks. These are the textures of lived friendship observed with a precision that still feels rare. In an era when television often preferred broader, louder comedy, the Lucy Show trusted the audience to hear the quieter notes. And because Lucille Ball was the one producing those notes, they carried farther than anyone could have predicted. This opening sequence then is not merely the beginning of a plot, it is the emotional contract the series makes with its audience. We are invited to care about two women who are perpetually short of money, perpetually inventive, perpetually loyal to each other even when that loyalty requires one of them to sleep on the sofa or share a bed. We are invited to laugh at their schemes without ever forgetting the genuine pressure that makes the schemes necessary. And we are invited above all to believe that radiance, however temporary, however hard-won, is still possible on a morning when the rent is due and the makeup has not yet been applied. That belief has sustained me across decades of rewatching. It is why I return again and again to these first minutes, and why the words "you look perfectly radiant this morning" still feel like both a greeting and a promise. I have always felt that the true danger in the Lucy Show arrives not with a crash or a scream but with perfect manners. The moment the two boarders appear in the script, something in me still tightens with a mixture of delight and protective dread, the same sensation I remember from childhood when the front door of the Carmichael house opened to admit trouble, dressed in courtesy. After the rent crisis has been temporarily solved by the decision to rent Viv's room, the action shifts to the bank, where Lucy attempts to post her notice on the bulletin board. Mr. Mooney's immediate intervention. This bulletin board is for official bank business only, as pure Gail Gordon, the voice of institutional order, colliding with Lucy's civic improvisation. She appeals to civic duty and the town council's urging that residents help World's Fair visitors. The exchange is brief, almost perfunctory, yet it establishes the recurring tension between Lucy's opportunistic optimism and Mooney's rigid guardianship of rules and money. I find myself smiling every time, because I already know that the real threat will not come from Mooney's disapproval but from the two men who overhear the conversation. "Excuse me, ma'am, we are here in the East to visit the World's Fair, but we are unable to find accommodation. I wonder if you know of any rooms for rent here in town." The language is formal, slightly stilted, carefully polite. Carter Harrison introduces himself, then presents his associate Gordon Bentley. Lucy's response is immediate and radiant with relief. She has a room for rent. "This is our lucky day," Harrison declares. And the line lands with such perfect comic irony that I still feel a small internal wince of pleasure. In my private viewing history, this is the instant the trap closes, though no one on screen yet suspects it. The two men are everything a desperate landlady could want, well-spoken, appreciative, eager to pay. It's a pleasure to have such a charming landlady, Bentley says, and Lucy's pleased. Well, thank you carries the unmistakable sound of a woman who has just solved her most pressing problem. What still moves me after all these years is how completely the scene allows us to share her relief before the script begins to undercut it. I have always heard in these introductions the echo of every charming stranger who has ever walked into a story and altered its course. Lucille Ball plays Lucy's delight without a trace of suspicion, and that innocence is essential. She does not narrow her eyes or hesitate. She simply accepts the gift the universe appears to have handed her. The physical comedy here is almost invisible, residing entirely in the brightness of her face and the quick, hospitable energy of her body as she welcomes them. In the 1960s, the idea of taking in boarders was still a familiar economic strategy for women managing households alone. The World's Fair provided a timely and plausible pretext grounding the farce in the actual housing shortage of 1964. Yet the script never lectures. It simply lets the social reality generate the comedy. The subsequent domestic scenes deepen the portrait of temporary harmony. The children are present, Jerry and the others, creating the texture of an ordinary morning. Viv borrows $5 with the breezy confidence of someone who knows Lucy has just received rent money. "I'll send you a postcard from Paris," she promises, and the throwaway line still makes me laugh because it captures Viv's particular brand of optimistic exaggeration. Then the boarders appear for breakfast. "Well, good morning, Mr. Harrison. Good morning, Mr. Bradley." Lucy's hospitality is almost excessive. She is already treating them as valued guests rather than temporary solutions to a financial crisis. Their announcement that they are returning to the fair directly after breakfast is delivered with casual ease. Everything about them radiates respectability. What I find myself reflecting on decades later is how skillfully the writing uses the boarders' polish as camouflage. Their dialogue is slightly elevated, almost theatrical. "'Tis brief this meeting we admit, but alas we dare not tarry, so quickly hand thy money forth. This is cash and carry." When they later compose the hold-up note, the mock Shakespearean flourish is both hilarious and revealing. These are not ordinary thieves, they are men who take aesthetic pleasure in their crime. The line "No wonder you're known as the Bard of the Bandits" is one of those perfect mid-60s sitcom inventions that still delights me with its absurd precision. I can hear the self-congratulatory tone, the private amusement the two men share, and I remember how as a child, I felt a strange affection for them even as I knew they were dangerous. That complicated response is part of the episode's lasting power. Lucy's complete lack of suspicion is for me one of the purest expressions of her character. She has spent the morning solving a crisis through ingenuity and flexibility. The arrival of two polite paying guests feels like cosmic confirmation that her methods work. In my own life, I have known women who operated with exactly this mixture of practicality and hope, and watching Lucy embody it still feels like a form of recognition. The script allows us to linger in her satisfaction. The boarders compliment the weather, except breakfast speak of the fair with apparent enthusiasm. Nothing in their surface behavior betrays the conversation they have already had about the bank's drab appearance and the superior aesthetics of art theft. If I had known this country's financial institutions looked this hideous, I'd have bypassed bank robbery for something more aesthetic like stealing famous works of art. Imagine pilfering a Picasso. The line is pure gold. And every time I encounter it I feel the same rush of pleasure at its unexpected elegance. The decision to use shopping bags instead of briefcases, I think this is more of a shopping bag community. Besides, shopping bags hold more money is another small masterpiece of character detail. These men are adaptable. They read the social environment and adjust their methods accordingly. The comedy lies in the contrast between their refined speech and their utterly pragmatic criminality. When they later stand in line at the bank enduring the ordinary irritation of waiting, the script reminds us that even elegant thieves are subject to the small indignities of daily life. This is the part I hate waiting in line. Patience. Every occupation has its pitfalls. The observation is so dry, so perfectly calibrated that it still makes me laugh aloud. I have always felt that the arrival of Carter Harrison and Gordon Bentley represents a turning point not only in the plot but in the emotional temperature of the episode. Up to this moment, the comedy has been domestic and economic rent alimony, the practical problem of space. With the borders, a new element enters, the possibility of genuine external danger dressed in the clothing of salvation. Lucy's house, which has always been a fortress of improvisation and female solidarity, suddenly contains two men who are measuring it for their own purposes. The mattress that will soon hold the stolen money is already present in the house waiting. The stretch pants that will later conceal the cash are already in Lucy's wardrobe. Everything is in place, and none of the women know it. What still moves me is the generosity with which the script allows Lucy her moment of triumph. She has rented the room. She has solved the immediate crisis. She has even managed to post her notice, despite Mooney's objections. For a brief narrative window, she is winning, and Ball plays that winning with complete commitment. There is no wink at the audience, no undercutting glance. She is simply happy, and her happiness is contagious. In my private viewing history, this is one of the moments I return to when I need to remember how comedy can celebrate resilience without denying vulnerability. Lucy is not foolish for trusting the borders, she is human. The world has offered her a solution and she has accepted it with the open-handedness that defines her. The children's presence in these scenes adds another layer of texture. Their ordinary chatter about school and batteries and radio music grounds the episode in the ongoing life of the household. The borders are not entering a vacuum, they are stepping into a functioning if financially strained family system. When Lucy later learns the truth, the violation will feel sharper precisely because the house was already full of ordinary life. That contrast between the everyday and the criminal is one of the episode's quiet strengths, and it begins here in the polite introductions and the shared breakfast. I find myself thinking often about the particular quality of charm the two men possess. It is not oily or exaggerated. It is the charm of men who understand how to make themselves agreeable, how to mirror the expectations of the people they intend to use. In the cultural context of the mid-1960s, when trust in institutions and in strangers was still relatively high, their success feels plausible. Lucy is not uniquely gullible. She is representative of a social moment, in which a well-spoken man asking for a room could still be taken at face value. The comedy arises from the gap between that social trust and the private reality of the men's intentions. As the scene progresses and the boarders prepare to leave for the fair, the script maintains its delicate balance. They are pleasant, they are grateful. They are already planning the robbery that will place $8,500 inside Viv's mattress. The audience is granted the privileged position of knowing more than Lucy, and that knowledge creates a low, constant hum of suspense beneath the domestic surface. I have always loved that hum. It is the sound of classic situation comedy operating at its highest level, allowing the ordinary to continue while the extraordinary gathers force just out of sight. By the time the boarders have settled into the household, the emotional terms of the episode have been fully established. Lucy has traded one form of insecurity for another without realizing it. Viv has lost her room but gained temporary financial relief. The children continue their lives, and two elegant criminals have found the perfect temporary base of operations. Everything that follows will grow from this configuration. When I watch these scenes now, I feel the same mixture of affection and apprehension I felt as a child. I want to warn Lucy. I want to protect the fragile stability she has just achieved. And at the same time, I lean forward eager for the chaos that I know is coming, because I trust Lucille Ball to meet it with the same radiant, unstoppable energy that has defined her from the first moment of the episode. The arrival of Carter Harrison and Gordon Bentley is therefore not merely a plot development. It is the moment the outside world with all its duplicity and opportunity steps across the threshold of the Carmichael house. Lucy welcomes it with open arms. And I, watching from the distance of decades, still feel my heart perform that familiar double movement, smiling at her hope and bracing for the fall that hope makes possible. I have always felt that the most elegant criminals in television history are the ones who complain about architecture. When Carter Harrison and Gordon Bentley stand outside the Danfield National Bank and assess its aesthetic shortcomings, something in me still lights up with a particular private delight. Dreadfully drab even for a bank, one of them observes. It does look drab, but it also looks like a pushover. The line is delivered with the calm expertise of men who have made a study of such things, and every time I encounter it I feel the same small thrill of recognition. These are not desperate thugs. These are connoisseurs. In my private viewing history, this is the moment the episode reveals its full comic sophistication. The robbery will not be crude, it will be considered almost artistic and therefore infinitely more entertaining. What still moves me after all these years is the way the script allows the two men to linger in their disdain. If I had known this country's financial institutions looked this hideous, I'd have bypassed bank robbery for something more aesthetic like stealing famous works of art. Imagine pilfering a Picasso. The leap from bank robbery to art theft is so unexpected, so perfectly calibrated in its pretension that I still laugh aloud. Then comes the suggestion of drive-in banks. And the immortal phrase that has lived in my mind since childhood. Just toot for the loot and scoot. A splendid idea, they agree. The rhyme is childish and sophisticated at once, the kind of private joke that elegant criminals might share. I have always heard in it the distant echo of every clever self-amused villain who ever populated the lighter side of American popular culture. These men are having fun. That more than any weapon is what makes them dangerous. The composition of the hold-up note is for me one of the purest comic set-pieces in the entire composite script. "'Tis brief this meeting we admit, but alas we dare not tarry. So quickly hand thy money forth. This is cash and carry." The mock Elizabethan flourish is outrageous, and the self-congratulation that follows. "No wonder you're known as the Bart of the Bandits" is even better. I find myself pausing every time at the sheer pleasure the men take in their own cleverness. In the mid-1960s, when most television criminals were either menacing or bumbling, these two occupy a rarer category: the aesthetically minded thief. Their crime is not merely a means to money, it is an opportunity for style. That distinction still feels fresh. The practical discussion that follows only deepens the portrait. Briefcases are rejected in favor of shopping bags. I think this is more of a shopping bag community. Besides, shopping bags hold more money. The observation is simultaneously sociological and logistical. These men read the environment. They adapt. The decision is small, yet it reveals an entire philosophy of crime. Blend and maximize capacity remain unremarkable until the moment of action. When they later stand in line at the bank, enduring the ordinary irritation of waiting, the script reminds us that even the most refined thieves are subject to the petty frustrations of daily life. This is the part I hate: waiting in line. Patience. Every occupation has its pitfalls. The line is so dry, so perfectly pitched that it still strikes me as one of the great understated jokes of the series. Lucy's sudden appearance in the bank is a masterclass in comic interruption. She is there to cash a check, breathless, apologetic, already creating the kind of minor chaos that follows her everywhere. "Pardon me, but I just have to cash a check. It'll only take a minute." She hands one of the men her shopping bag, asks to use theirs. Complains about the teller putting too much in the bag. The physical business of the bags, the overlapping apologies, the sheer density of ordinary complication, all of it swirls around the two robbers who are trying to remain invisible. I have always felt a particular affection for this sequence because it places Lucy's natural turbulence directly in the path of their carefully planned elegance. She does not know she is endangering their scheme. She is simply being Lucy. And that paradoxically makes her more threatening to them than any security guard. The near misses multiply. Lucy offers to introduce them to Mr. Mooney, the bank president, and to give them a character reference. The irony is almost too rich. She is prepared to vouch for the very men who are about to rob the institution he oversees. Their polite extrication from the situation is a small study in controlled panic. Later, when they realize their car is parked illegally with the motor running, it is Lucy again, fresh from the beauty parlor, head wrapped, arriving like a comic angel of interference, who turns off the ignition and warns them about the approaching policeman. "Did I save your lives?" she asks, and the question hangs in the air with perfect unintended meaning. She has saved them for now. She has also delayed the crime and increased the pressure. What I find myself reflecting on is the peculiar intimacy that develops between the audience and these two criminals. We are allowed to inhabit their perspective, to share their irritation with architecture, their pleasure in language, their professional pride. At the same time, we remain rooted in Lucy's world, where the same events appear as ordinary good fortune or minor inconvenience. The dual perspective is one of the episode's quiet technical achievements. It creates a sustained low-level suspense that never becomes heavy. We know the mattress will soon hold the money. We know Lucy will eventually discover it. Yet the path to that discovery is allowed to unfold with leisure and style. The actual robbery, when it comes, is treated with remarkable economy. We do not see the full mechanics. Instead, we are given the aftermath: the two men returning to the house flushed with success, praising each other's skill with the safe combination. "Oh God, you were wonderful. Absolutely magnificent." The language is almost romantic in its admiration. Then comes the practical decision that will determine the rest of the episode: the money must be hidden. The mattress is chosen. We'll just stuff our little fortune into this mattress, turn it over, and nobody will ever notice it. The idea is presented as both clever and functional. The mattress needs stuffing anyway. Crime and domestic improvement coincide. I have always felt a particular tenderness for this moment. The stolen $8,500, converted as the prompt requires to words, enters the most intimate space in the house, the bed. It becomes part of the furniture of ordinary life. When Viv and Lucy later struggle to turn that same mattress, the physical comedy will be inseparable from the hidden presence of the money. The script plants that future physicality here in the calm, satisfied conversation of two men who believe they have several days before the theft is even discovered. They won't discover this money is missing until the bank opens Monday. We'll have 2 full days to get out of town. The confidence is absolute. And because it is absolute, the coming disruption will feel even more satisfying. In my private viewing history, this entire section has always functioned as a kind of comic overture to the larger chaos. The robbers are not monsters. They are professionals with taste. Their presence raises the episode from simple domestic farce to something more layered, a collision between two different kinds of ingenuity: Lucy's chaotic, generous improvisational intelligence and the boarder's cooler, more aesthetic criminality. When those two forms of intelligence finally occupy the same room, the comedy will ignite. But for now, the script allows us to enjoy the planning, the self-congratulation, the near misses, and the quiet satisfaction of a job well done. What still moves me is the absence of moral heaviness. The episode does not ask us to hate the robbers. It asks us to enjoy them even as we root for Lucy. That generosity of spirit feels characteristic of the series at its best. Crime is not a social problem to be solved. It is a narrative opportunity to be explored for its comic potential. The World's Fair, the drab bank, the shopping bags, the mock Shakespearean note, the mattress, all of it coheres into a single elegant comic mechanism. And at the center of that mechanism, though she does not yet know it, stands Lucy Carmichael, whose house has just become the temporary vault for $8,500 stolen dollars. I return to these scenes often, sometimes just to hear again the phrase "toot for the loot and scoot." It is ridiculous and perfect, the kind of line that lodges in the memory and becomes a private password between the show and its most devoted viewers. In the larger landscape of 1960s television, such verbal pleasure was not always prioritized. The Lucy Show, at its best, understood that language itself could be a source of joy. The boarders' dialogue is a celebration of that understanding. They speak as if words matter, even when the words are in the service of theft. And because they do, the crime itself acquires a curious lightness, a sense of play that makes the eventual collision with Lucy's world all the more delightful. By the time the money is safely inside the mattress and the two men have settled in to enjoy their remaining days in Danfield, the episode has completed its first major movement. The rent crisis has been solved. The boarders have been installed. The crime has been committed and concealed. Everything is in place for the discovery that will send Lucy and Viv into their next, even more physical orbit of panic and invention. I watch it all with the same mixture of admiration and anticipation I felt as a child. The perfect crime, it turns out, is only perfect until Lucy Carmichael turns over the mattress. And that, as I have always known, is when the real comedy begins. I have always felt that the most intimate objects in a house can become the most dangerous. The mattress in Viv's former room has been an ordinary piece of furniture until this moment, and then, in the space of a few turns and a single astonished discovery, it becomes the center of the entire emotional and comic universe of the episode. Every time I reach this section of the script, I feel a familiar tightening in my chest, a mixture of anticipation and protective tenderness toward both women. Lucy calls for help turning the mattress. Viv is downstairs making coffee. The children are moving through their morning routines. The household is functioning in its usual slightly chaotic harmony. And underneath it all, $8,500 in stolen money is waiting to be found. The physical business of turning the mattress is for me pure Lucille Ball territory even before the money appears. I want you to help me turn the mattress. Come on, get over there. I want it to go this way. The directions are practical, slightly bossy, full of the domestic authority Lucy assumes without question. Then comes the resistance. The mattress is unexpectedly heavy. I can't understand it. It feels like it's stuffed with cement instead of horsehair. The simile is perfect, ordinary, tactile, already tipping toward the grotesque. How could it get so lumpy? Looks like they left the horse in it. I have always loved that line. It is the kind of throwaway absurdity that Ball's voice could make sound both exasperated and delighted. In my private viewing history, this is the moment the physical world of the episode begins to misbehave in earnest, and I lean forward every time. When the money is discovered, the shift in tone is instantaneous and complete. Lucy's astonishment is absolute. She does not merely find cash, she finds a fortune hidden in the most personal space her friend possesses. The accusations that follow are delivered with the full force of Ball's comic righteousness. I've always suspected you had a little nest egg, but you got enough for an omelet. The culinary metaphor is pure Lucy, practical, slightly insulting, impossible to ignore. Then the deeper charge: with all that money upstairs, Viv has still refused to pay the rent. The betrayal in Lucy's mind is not only financial but personal. She has been carrying the household, improvising solutions, offering her own room, and all the while her closest friend has been secretly wealthy. What still moves me after all these years is the speed with which Lucy constructs an entire narrative of deception. She does not pause to consider alternative explanations. The money is in Viv's mattress, therefore Viv put it there, therefore Viv has been lying about her poverty. The logic is airtight and completely wrong, and Ball plays every step of it with total conviction. You're nothing but a penny-pinching cheapskate. The insult is harsh, yet it emerges from a place of genuine hurt. In the emotional economy of their friendship, money has always been a shared vulnerability. To discover that one of them might have been exempt from that vulnerability feels like a profound rupture. Viv's bewilderment is equally complete. Is there really money upstairs in my mattress? The question is asked with such genuine confusion that the audience, who already knows the truth, feels a double layer of comedy and sympathy. She denies everything. She reminds Lucy that they played gin rummy until midnight and then went to bed. The alibi is domestic, ordinary, and airtight. Yet Lucy is not yet ready to release the story she has built. The tension between them in these moments is one of the richest emotional textures the episode offers. These two women have survived years of shared financial anxiety. The sudden appearance of unexplained wealth threatens the very basis of their solidarity. Then the radio speaks. The news bulletin is a model of efficient comic exposition. Theodore J. Mooney, president of the Danfield National Bank, reports the theft of $8,500 from the bank safe. The money was stolen sometime during the night. Normally, the loss would not have been discovered until Monday, but Mooney appeared at his desk on Saturday morning, having forgotten the day. The detail about Mooney's forgetfulness is pure series characterization, his rigidity briefly undone by ordinary human error, and it lands with perfect timing. Lucy's face, as I have always imagined Ball playing it, must have undergone an entire silent movie of realization in those few seconds. The connection is instantaneous. The amount matches. The timing matches. The location of the money matches. And still, for one suspended moment, Lucy's first instinct is to place the crime at Viv's feet. So that's where she got it. The line is spoken almost to herself, and then the full accusation blooms. What I find so moving is that the friendship is strong enough to absorb even this level of suspicion. Viv does not storm out, she does not collapse. She simply insists on the truth of their shared evening and then with growing clarity redirects the suspicion where it belongs toward the two charming boarders who are currently at the World's Fair. Why don't you accuse the people who are sleeping here? You're two very fancy boarders. The moment of realization is shared, and the shift from accusation to alliance is one of the episode's most satisfying emotional turns. The two women move almost in unison from conflict to conspiracy. The money is not Viv's secret fortune. It is evidence. And the men who brought it into the house are not perfect guests, they are dangerous. The speed of this realignment still strikes me as one of the truest portraits of female friendship the series ever offered. They can wound each other with suspicion, yet the deeper loyalty reasserts itself the instant an external threat is identified. I have always felt that this sequence carries a particular charge, because it takes place in the most ordinary domestic setting. Coffee has been made. Children have been given cookies. A mattress has been turned. And into that texture of daily life, the script drops $8,500 in stolen bills, and the sudden knowledge that two criminals have been sleeping under their roof. The contrast is the engine of the comedy. Ball and Vance play the transition from quarrel to panic with the precision of long partnership. Their voices overlap, interrupt, complete each other's thoughts. The house that had briefly seemed like a place of solved problems is suddenly unsafe. The decision to call Mr. Mooney is pure Lucy pragmatism. If they have solved the robbery, they may claim a reward. The impulse is simultaneously civic and self-interested, and therefore completely in character. Yet even this practical plan is interrupted by the sound of the boarder's car returning. The women are trapped in the house with the money and the men who stole it. The next movement of the episode, the frantic attempt to hide the cash on Lucy's person, grows directly from the terror of that realization. What still moves me most is the underlying tenderness of the entire sequence. Lucy's accusations, however unjust, emerge from a place of deep investment in their shared life. Viv's denials carry no lasting resentment. When the truth becomes clear, they turn toward each other without hesitation. In a decade that often portrayed female friendship as secondary to romantic plots, The Lucy Show repeatedly insisted on the primacy of this bond. The mattress scene is one of the purest expressions of that insistence. Money can appear between them like a wedge, but it cannot finally divide them. I return to these minutes often, sometimes pausing on the exact moment Lucy understands the radio bulletin, sometimes lingering on Viv's incredulous face as she is accused of secret wealth. The comedy is loud and physical in prospect, yet its roots are quiet and emotional. Two women who have counted every dollar for years, suddenly confront a fortune that does not belong to them and a danger they did not invite. Their response: suspicion, quarrel, recognition. Alliance is as human as anything the series ever offered. And because Lucille Ball is at the center of it, the humanity is inseparable from the laughter. The stolen money has moved from the bank to the mattress to the center of Lucy and Viv's relationship. In the next movement, it will move again, this time onto Lucy's body itself. But for now, in the charged space of discovery and accusation, the episode achieves one of its deepest portraits of friendship under pressure. I watch it with the same mixture of laughter and ache I have felt since childhood. The mattress is just a mattress, until it is not. And once it is not, nothing in the house will ever feel quite ordinary again. I have always felt that Lucille Ball's greatest physical comedy arises when ordinary clothing is forced to perform extraordinary duties. The stretch pants sequence in this episode remains for me one of the purest distillations of that gift. The boarder's car is heard outside. The money is still in the house. There is no time to hide it anywhere clever. And so Lucy, with the desperate inventiveness that has defined her across decades of my viewing life, decides that the safest place for $8,500 is inside her own clothes. Don't worry, Viv. These stretch pants are gonna stretch farther than they've ever stretched before. The line is spoken with the total confidence of a woman who has just transformed her body into a bank vault, and every time I hear it I feel the same mixture of admiration and secondhand panic. What still moves me after all these years is the speed of the decision. There is no debate, no inventory of better options. The pants are available. The pants have elastic. The pants will have to do. Viv is sent downstairs to stall. Lucy remains above, performing the frantic unseen labor of concealment. When she finally appears, the visual joke is already complete, before a single new word is spoken. She is lumpy. She is asymmetrical. She moves with the careful, wide-legged caution of someone whose silhouette has been permanently altered by currency. Ball's genius lies in how completely she commits to the physical reality of the disguise. She does not merely act as if she is hiding money, she acts as if her body has become an unstable overstuffed object that might betray her at any moment. The allergy story that follows is a masterpiece of escalating absurdity. It's an old allergy. Every time I eat hearts of lettuce I get grepsophilia. I break out in lumps. The invented disease is already ridiculous. Then comes the boarder's perfectly reasonable observation. The lumps are only from the waist down. Lucy's recovery is instantaneous, and even more unhinged. That's graphophilia for you. When I eat a head of lettuce, I get a lumpy head. The linguistic scrambling. The desperate logic, the sheer commitment to a premise that has already collapsed. These are the materials of classic Ball performance. I have always felt that her greatest strength was the ability to defend an impossible position with absolute sincerity. She does not wink. She does not soften. She simply believes for as long as the scene requires that lettuce-induced lower body lumps are a recognized medical condition. Viv's stalling tactics downstairs provide the perfect counterpoint. She must keep the men from going upstairs, from packing too quickly, from looking too closely at the strange shape their landlady has become. The two women are performing parallel acts of improvisation, one verbal and spatial, the other intensely physical. Their partnership in these minutes is almost choreographic. I find myself thinking of all the times in the series when Lucy's body becomes the final hiding place for something that should never have been hidden there: chocolate eggs, money secrets. The stretch pants belong to that long tradition, yet they also feel specific to this moment, the elastic yielding the bills, shifting the constant thread of a telltale crackle or bulge. The boarder's growing suspicion is handled with beautiful restraint. They are polite, they are concerned. They offer to drive her to the doctor. Lucy must refuse without explaining why proximity or movement might be catastrophic. I think we'd better have the doctor come here. The phone number she gives is the police station, a detail that still delights me with its perfect wrongness. She claims the doctor spends every Saturday afternoon there, giving the department their weekly checkups because the chief is a physical fitness nut. The invention is so specific, so richly embroidered that it almost becomes plausible through sheer detail. Ball always understood that the more elaborate the lie, the funnier the desperation beneath it becomes. As the confrontation approaches, the physical comedy intensifies. Lucy cannot sit. She cannot risk the money shifting or falling. She stands, sways, claims itching, demands that both men stay near in case she needs to be held down when the scratching becomes unbearable. The image of two elegant bank robbers solemnly preparing to restrain a lumpy woman in stretch pants is one of the great visual promises of the episode. And then the money begins to reveal itself. A bill appears. Another. The illusion collapses in real time. What had been a medical emergency becomes in a single heartbeat a robbery exposed. The struggle that follows is pure chaotic release. Lucy is no longer performing illness. She is fighting to keep the evidence from returning to its owners. They're the ones who took the money, she shouts, even as the men demand the rest of their loot. The living room becomes a small battlefield of grabbing hands, shouted accusations, and the absurd continued presence of the stretch pants as a failing storage system. When Mr. Mooney arrives at the height of the melee, the comic architecture of the episode achieves one of its most satisfying completions. The bank president who earlier dismissed Lucy as a crackpot now stands in her living room while she announces that the missing money is currently on her person. "Where's the rest of my money?" he asks. "I'm wearing it," she replies. And then the final perfect tag: "No bank ever had branches like that." I have always felt that this sequence represents one of the high water marks of Ball's physical comedy in the series. The stretch pants are not merely a costume joke. They are a full-body commitment to the premise that a woman's ingenuity can turn even her own silhouette into a tool of survival. The allergy monologue is not merely verbal slapstick, it is a portrait of a mind racing to stay ahead of exposure. The partnership with Viv is not merely convenient plotting, it is the latest expression of a friendship that functions best under extreme pressure. And the arrival of Mooney is not merely a resolution device. It is the collision of every economic and institutional force the episode has been tracking since the opening discussion of unpaid rent. In my private viewing history, this is the section I have rewound most often. I return to the exact moment Lucy first appears in the lumpy pants. I return to the lettuce explanation. I return to the slow, terrible realization on the boarders' faces as the bills begin to show. Each viewing reveals some new detail of timing or posture or vocal choice that I had not fully appreciated before. That is the mark of true physical comedy, it continues to give long after the initial surprise has faded. The stretch pants disguise also carries a quiet cultural resonance. In the mid-1960s, women's clothing was still expected to present a controlled, attractive silhouette. Lucy's pants do the opposite. They advertise bulk, irregularity, concealment. They turn the female body into a site of comic disruption rather than decorative order. Ball had been performing variations of this disruption since the early days of I Love Lucy. And here she does it with the confidence of a performer who knows exactly how far she can push the image and still remain lovable. The money makes her lumpy. The lumps make her ridiculous. And the ridiculousness paradoxically makes her powerful. For a few minutes, she controls the room through the sheer force of her bizarre physical presence. When the confrontation finally explodes, the release is tremendous. All the careful lying, all the invented medical terminology, all the strategic standing and not sitting collapse into pure struggle. Yet even in the chaos, the script maintains its loyalty to character. Lucy is still trying to explain. Viv is still trying to help. The boarders are still in their way professional. And Mooney, arriving at the perfect wrong moment, becomes the unwilling audience for the most undignified bank recovery in Danfield history. I watch it all with the same helpless affection I have felt since childhood. The stretch pants will not appear in any museum of costume design. They are ordinary garments pressed into extraordinary service. But in Ball's hands they become legendary. They hold the money. They hold the comedy. And for a few indelible minutes they hold the entire precarious world of the episode together until they cannot, and the bills begin to fall and the only thing left is the truth. Shouted at the top of Lucy's voice while she stands there lumpy and triumphant and completely unmistakably herself. I have always felt that the arrival of Theodore J. Mooney in the middle of Lucy's most undignified triumph is one of the purest comic payoffs the series ever achieved. The living room is already a wreck of shouted accusations, grabbing hands, and stray bills escaping from the most unlikely bank vault in Danfield. The two elegant robbers have been unmasked. Viv is in full solidarity mode. Lucy stands there still shaped like a badly packed suitcase. And in walks the one man on earth who has the most personal stake in the missing money. Every time I reach this moment, I feel the same deep, satisfied click of narrative machinery locking into place. The crackpot whom Mooney dismissed on the telephone is now standing in front of him wearing the entire proceeds of the robbery. "Where's the rest of my money?" he demands, still trying to impose institutional order on a scene that has long since abandoned any pretense of order. Lucy's reply is instantaneous and immortal: "I'm wearing it." The line is delivered with the full unapologetic force of a woman who has exhausted every other option and has therefore turned her own body into the solution. And then comes the tag that still makes me laugh aloud after all these years. "No bank ever had branches like that." The pun is outrageous. It is also perfect. In a single stroke, it acknowledges the absurdity of the situation, claims a bizarre kind of victory, and reminds everyone present that Lucy Carmichael has once again bent the world to her particular logic. What still moves me is the way Ball plays the moment of revelation. There is no shame in her posture. There is only the fierce, bright satisfaction of having been right when everyone else, Mooney most of all, assumed she was a lunatic. Earlier on the telephone, he had placed her in the crackpot jackpot. Now the crackpot is returning his money personally, physically, and with interest in the form of pure comic humiliation. The power reversal is complete and exquisite. I have always felt that one of the secret engines of the Lucy show is the ongoing struggle between Lucy's chaotic moral energy and Mooney's rigid institutional authority. In this scene, the struggle reaches a temporary but glorious resolution. Chaos has recovered the money. Order can only stand there and witness it. The presence of the two boarders adds an extra layer of satisfaction. These men who had spoken so eloquently about aesthetics and Picasso and the elegance of drive-in robbery are now simply caught. Their shopping bag methodology, their Shakespearean hold-up note, their careful choice of a quiet suburban house, all of it has collapsed because a woman in stretch pants refused to let the story end the way they had written it. I find myself reflecting on how rarely the series allows its criminals such a complete and undignified defeat. There is no clever escape, no last-minute twist that lets them slip away. They are simply finished, and the agent of their finishing is the same landlady who had offered them coffee and compliments only a day earlier. Viv's role in these final moments of the robbery plot is quieter but essential. She has stalled, supported, argued, and finally stood shoulder to shoulder with Lucy when the truth came out. Their friendship, which had been briefly strained by suspicion and accusation, is now fully restored in the heat of shared crisis. I have always cherished that restoration. The series understood that the deepest comedy often grows from the deepest loyalty. These two women can wound each other with words about money and secrecy, yet when the external threat becomes clear, they close ranks without hesitation. Mooney's arrival only underlines the strength of that alliance. He represents the bank, the law, the official version of events. They represent the improvised, embodied, slightly unhinged version that actually solved the case. The physical aftermath of the confrontation still lives in my memory with remarkable vividness. Bills have been scattered. The stretch pants have performed beyond their design specifications. Lucy's body, which has been a comic instrument for the entire sequence, finally begins to return to its normal silhouette as the money is surrendered. Yet even in the surrender, there is triumph. She does not hand over the cash with meek relief. She hands it over with the air of a woman who has personally guaranteed its safety through the most unconventional security system imaginable. Ball's posture in these moments, still slightly awkward, still carrying the memory of the lumps, keeps the comedy alive even as the plot resolves. I have always felt that this resolution carries a quiet thematic weight that exceeds its surface farce. Throughout the episode, money has been a source of anxiety, deception, and desire. The unpaid rent, the withheld alimony, the stolen bank funds, the hidden mattress fortune, all of it circles around the same central problem of how women without traditional financial power are supposed to survive. Lucy's solution is characteristically extreme. If the money cannot be safely stored in the house, it will be stored on the body itself. The female form becomes the final safe. There is something both ridiculous and strangely empowering in that image. In a culture that often treated women's bodies as decorative or domestic, Ball repeatedly claimed them as sites of action, invention, and comic agency. The stretch pants vault is only one example, but it is a particularly vivid one. Mr. Mooney's reaction is of course pure Gale Gordon. The sputtering outrage, the struggle to maintain dignity while confronted with the undignified, the reluctant acknowledgement that the crisis has in fact been resolved, all of it is played with the precision of a man who has spent years refining the art of comic apoplexy. Yet even Mooney is forced in the end to accept the reality of what has occurred. The money is back. The thieves are identified. And the woman he dismissed as a crackpot has been the instrument of recovery. The official world has been rescued by the unofficial one. That reversal still feels sweet. As the immediate chaos settles, the episode begins to exhale. The borders are removed from the narrative. The money returns to its proper institutional home. Lucy and Viv are left standing in the wreckage of their living room, once again just two women who have survived another improbable adventure. The emotional temperature returns to something like normal, which in this household means a temporary fragile peace before the next crisis arrives. I find myself lingering on that brief peace. It is never guaranteed to last. In the composite structure of the script, it will almost immediately give way to the new pressures of the camp plot and the boys' extra 2 weeks. But for a moment, it exists and the moment is earned. What still moves me most about this entire resolution is its loyalty to character. Lucy does not become suddenly competent in a conventional sense. She remains the same impulsive, physically expressive, linguistically reckless woman she has always been. The difference is that those very qualities have for once aligned perfectly with the needs of the situation. Her willingness to look ridiculous has saved the day. Her refusal to accept Mooney's dismissal has been vindicated. Her partnership with Viv has held firm. And her body, that endlessly adaptable comic instrument, has once again served as both punchline and solution. I return to this scene whenever I need to remember why Lucille Ball mattered so much to me as a child and still matters now. She did not win by becoming smaller or quieter or more ladylike. She won by becoming larger, louder, and more completely herself. The image of her standing in that living room announcing that the missing bank money is currently on her person is an image of comic female power at its most unrepentant. No bank ever had branches like that. And no other performer could have delivered the line with such perfect, luminous, unstoppable conviction. The robbery plot ends here, but its emotional residue lingers. The house has been invaded and reclaimed. Trust has been broken and restored. Money has moved through mattress and clothing and finally back to the bank. And Lucy Carmichael, still slightly rumpled from her tour of duty as a human vault, stands ready for whatever the next impossible day will bring. I watch her with the same mixture of laughter and fierce affection I have carried for decades. The payoff is classic. The victory is temporary. The woman at the center of it remains as ever, radiant, ridiculous, and entirely irreplaceable. I have always felt that the true measure of Lucy Carmichael's resilience is not how she handles a single crisis, but how quickly a new one rises to take its place. The robbery has been solved. The money has been returned. The boarders have been removed from the house, and yet almost before the living room has settled into quiet, the script turns its attention to the boys at camp and the fresh financial emergency their happiness requires. Every time I reach this transition, I feel a familiar, affectionate ache. There is never any lasting rest in this household. There is only the briefest pause before the next impossible demand arrives, and Lucy meets it with the same mixture of invention, exasperation, and stubborn love that has defined her since the beginning. The conversation begins in the ordinary register of maternal calculation. The boys are enjoying camp. They are part of the best group. They call themselves the Rat Things. They have found a kind of belonging that Lucy and Viv are reluctant to cut short. Gee, I sure wish we could get hold of some money so they could stay that extra 2 weeks. The line is spoken with the particular wistfulness Ball always brought to moments of genuine desire on behalf of the children. It is not a scheme yet. It is simply a mother's wish, and therefore more dangerous than any scheme. In my private viewing history, this is the moment the emotional stakes quietly reset. The bank robbery was about justice and survival. The camp crisis is about something softer and harder at once, the desire to give children a little more joy than the budget will allow. Viv's response carries the weight of shared history. She knows how these wishes work. She knows that Lucy will not simply accept the limitation. The two women stand together in the familiar territory of wanting more for the children than they can easily provide. I have always been moved by how unsentimental the series remains even in these moments. There is love, yes, but there is also the clear-eyed recognition that love alone does not pay the camp fees. The extra 2 weeks will require money. Money, as always, is the problem. Then Mr. Mooney appears, and with him the temporary solution that is also a reminder of dependency. The tax refund of $100 is presented with Gail Gordon's characteristic blend of generosity and self-protection. He has advanced Lucy money before. This refund is not pure gift. It is, at least in his accounting, a form of recovery. At long last, you've finally caught up with some of the money I've advanced you. The line is pure, Mooney, precise, slightly punitive, and oddly protective all at once. Lucy's joy is immediate and unguarded. Mr. Mooney, you don't know what this means to me. And his reply, true, but I know what it means to me, keeps the emotional balance perfectly askew. Even when he helps, he cannot resist asserting the terms of the help. What still moves me after all these years is the complexity of Lucy's relationship with this man. She calls him a miserable skinflint. Her neck turns redder than her hair at the mere mention of his name. And yet she needs him. The series never softens that need into simple affection, nor does it harden it into pure antagonism. Mooney is the face of the financial system that both sustains and frustrates her. The $100 is simultaneously a windfall and a reminder that her economic life remains under supervision. Ball plays the joy without irony and the resentment without apology. The two feelings coexist in the same body, the same voice, the same radiant, exasperated face. The decision to go to camp for Visitors' Day is made in the glow of this temporary solvency. The boys will see their mothers. The mothers will see the boys' happiness. And somewhere in the calculation is the unspoken hope that the visit itself might open a path to the extra 2 weeks. I find myself reflecting on how often the series uses the children's pleasures as both motivation and pressure. Jerry and the others are not simply background figures. Their desire to remain at camp becomes the engine of the next long comic movement. Lucy's willingness to upend her life for that desire is one of the most consistent expressions of her character. The preparation scenes are filled with the ordinary texture of departure. Suitcases, Beatles records, the small negotiations about what must be brought and what can be left behind. Viv's skepticism about the volume of records is met with Lucy's defense of her son's taste. Not to the trained ear of a 9-year-old music lover. The line is affectionate and slightly absurd, and it captures the way Lucy always champions the children's enthusiasms even when they complicate her own logistics. In the mid-1960s, the Beatles were still a living cultural force, and the script's casual inclusion of them grounds the episode in its moment without ever making a fuss about topicality. The records matter because Jerry cares about them. That is enough. As the women prepare to leave with Mooney, the financial anxiety remains just beneath the surface. The $100 has solved the immediate problem of the visit, but the larger problem of the extra 2 weeks still looms. I have always felt that this lingering anxiety is part of the episode's honesty. Money in the Lucy show is never permanently solved. It is only temporarily postponed. The tax refund is a reprieve, not a transformation. Ball's performance carries that knowledge in the slightly too bright quality of her gratitude. She is happy. She is also already calculating the next move. The car journey begins under the sign of this fragile optimism. Mooney is driving. The women are passengers in every sense. Their dependence on him is literal. Now he controls the vehicle as he so often controls the funds. The comedy that will erupt when the car runs out of gas is already latent in this arrangement. But for the moment the script allows a brief interval of forward motion. The camp awaits. The boys await. The possibility of extending their stay awaits. And Lucy, as always, moves toward that possibility with the full force of her hope. What I cherish most about this section is its refusal to treat maternal desire as simple or purely noble. Lucy wants the extra 2 weeks for the boys, yes. She also wants the relief of not having to be the one who disappoints them. The fear of their unhappiness is as powerful a motivator as the wish for their joy. Ball always understood that parental love contains equal measures of generosity and self-protection. She plays both without ranking them. The result is a portrait of motherhood that feels lived in rather than idealized. In my own life, I have watched women perform these same calculations, stretching resources, negotiating with gatekeepers, translating love into logistics. Seeing Lucy do it on screen has always felt like a form of companionship across time. The $100 is not a fantasy of sudden wealth. It is the exact size of temporary help, large enough to matter, small enough to leave the larger problem intact. The series' fidelity to that scale is one of the reasons it has remained emotionally credible for so long. As the women settle into the car and the road to camp begins, the robbery plot feels already distant. The stretch pants have been replaced by traveling clothes. The mattress has returned to its ordinary function. The borders exist now only as a story to be told later, if at all. What remains is the ongoing, ordinary, exhausting work of trying to give children a little more than the budget easily allows. Lucy will not stop doing that work. Neither will Viv. And Mr. Mooney, whether he wishes it or not, will once again be drawn into the orbit of their determination. I watch this transition with the same mixture of tenderness and anticipation I have felt for decades. The camp crisis is not as spectacular as a bank robbery. It is smaller, softer, and in some ways harder. It is about the gap between what children want and what mothers can provide. And because Lucille Ball is the one standing in that gap, the comedy that follows will be both hilarious and quietly heartbreaking. The tax refund has bought them a little time. The road has begun. The next disaster, the empty gas tank, the failed hitchhiking, the desperate offer to become camp cooks is already gathering on the horizon. But for these few minutes, Lucy is allowed to believe that the extra 2 weeks might still be possible. I have always loved her for that belief. It is reckless. It is necessary. It is in the deepest sense who she is. I have always felt that few images in The Lucy Show capture the precise flavor of middle-class vulnerability as perfectly as 3 people standing beside a silent car on an empty stretch of road. The tax refund has been cashed. The journey to camp has begun under the fragile banner of temporary solvency. And then the engine dies. The gas tank is empty. 11 miles of highway stretch between them and the next station. Every time I reach this sequence, I feel the same peculiar mixture of dread and delight. The series has taken Lucy's perpetual economic anxiety and made it literal. The vehicle that was supposed to carry them toward the children's happiness has simply stopped. Mr. Mooney's response is pure character. He does not panic. He does not blame. He simply announces that the only fair solution is to toss a coin to decide which of the women will walk. It seems there's only one fair way for me to do this. That's toss for it. The calm with which he proposes this lottery is for me one of Gail Gordon's finest comic strokes. He treats the situation as a problem of equitable distribution rather than shared misfortune. Lucy's outrage is immediate and physical. The idea that she or Viv should hike 11 miles while he remains with the car is so perfectly aligned with his institutional worldview that it becomes hilarious. In his mind, the universe is still orderly. Someone must bear the inconvenience. Probability will choose. Lucy's counter-proposal is classic. She offers a deal if one of them walks. She wants the tax refund check back. The blackmail is transparent and desperate. I'm not stooping to anything. I'm too pooped to stoop. The line still makes me laugh with its mixture of exhaustion and inventiveness. Ball delivers it with the full weight of a woman who has already spent the morning negotiating power with this man and is now forced to do so again on the shoulder of a public road. Mooney's refusal is predictable. What is less predictable, and therefore more satisfying, is the women's decision to reject the entire framework of his lottery. They will not walk. They will hitchhike. The hitchhiking sequence that follows is a small masterclass in escalating humiliation. Lucy and Viv position themselves by the road with the confidence of women who still believe that charm and need can influence the world. Cars always stop for pretty girls. The statement is less a fact than an article of faith, and the episode will spend the next several minutes dismantling it. Their first attempts are pure physical comedy, eager smiles, hopeful postures, the slightly exaggerated Claudette Colbert thumb that Lucy deploys with historical awareness and zero success. Cars pass. Some slow. None stop. The presence of Mr. Mooney, rigid and male and unmistakably official, proves to be a powerful deterrent. What still moves me is the way the script allows the women's optimism to erode in real time. They begin with genuine belief. They progress through strategic adjustments. Mooney must hide, the women must appear more stranded, more appealing, more alone. Each failed attempt chips away at the premise that the world will respond to their need with kindness. In the mid-1960s, the image of 2 respectable women hitchhiking already carried a mild charge of social risk. The episode plays that risk for comedy while never entirely erasing its edge. Their growing frustration is funny. It is also a little painful. Mooney's eventual success is the cruelest and most perfect turn. When he steps forward alone, a car stops almost immediately. The driver is willing, even eager. Mooney's parting instruction to the women is delivered with sublime smugness. He has been validated. The universe, it seems, does respond to certain kinds of presence. As he settles into the passenger seat, he delivers one final quiet assertion of power. If word of this ride reaches his wife, he will foreclose the driver's mortgage. The threat is outrageous and completely in character. Even in the act of accepting help, he must reassert dominance. I have always felt that this moment crystallizes the entire Mooney-Lucy dynamic. He can be stranded beside her subject to the same empty tank and the same empty road and still emerge with his hierarchy intact. Left alone on the roadside, Lucy and Viv experience the full weight of their temporary abandonment. The comedy here is quieter and more observant. Two women who have spent the episode solving problems through invention and partnership are suddenly without leverage. The cars that would not stop for them continue not to stop. The camp, the boys, the extra 2 weeks, all of it feels further away than the 11 miles of asphalt. Ball plays Lucy's frustration with a beautiful lack of self-pity. She is angry. She is calculating. She is already looking for the next available strategy. The roadside does not defeat her, it merely delays her. I find myself reflecting on how skillfully the episode uses the empty gas tank as both plot device and metaphor. Throughout the series, Lucy's life is defined by the constant threat of running out of money, of time, of options. Here the threat becomes mechanical and visible. The car that represented forward motion has become a monument to stasis. And the man who controls so much of her financial life is the one who finds a way to leave her behind. The personal resonance of that image has never faded for me. In my own family history, there were stories of stranded cars and uncertain rides and the particular vulnerability of women dependent on other people's vehicles and other people's schedules. Watching Lucy live through a comic version of that vulnerability has always felt like a form of recognition. The Claudette Colbert reference is a lovely period detail. By invoking the famous hitchhiking scene from It Happened One Night, the script places Lucy in a longer tradition of women using charm and audacity to navigate a world that is not designed for their mobility. The joke is that the old method no longer works, at least not while Mooney's disapproving presence contaminates the image. When he is removed from the frame, the world becomes briefly more navigable for him and less so for them. The gendered comedy is sharp without ever becoming heavy. Ball and Vance play the women's determination as both admirable and slightly absurd. They will get to camp. The method may be undignified. The result is non-negotiable. As the sequence ends and the women are left to their own devices, the emotional temperature of the episode has shifted once again. The temporary optimism of the tax refund has been replaced by the raw fact of strandedness. The camp and the boys still await, but the path to them has become more complicated and more revealing. Lucy's relationship with Mooney has been restated in the starkest possible terms. Even when they share the same misfortune, he finds a way to exit first. And yet the partnership between Lucy and Viv remains intact. They are still together on the roadside. They are still calculating. They are still, in the deepest sense, on the same side of the problem. I watch this sequence with the same helpless affection I have brought to it for decades. The empty gas tank is an ordinary disaster. The failed hitchhiking is an ordinary humiliation. The smugness with which Mooney escapes is an ordinary small cruelty. And somehow, under Lucille Ball's gaze, all of it becomes luminous with comic meaning. She stands on that roadside as a woman who has already survived bank robbers and stretch pants concealment and the daily arithmetic of scarcity. An empty gas tank will not be the thing that defeats her. It will only be the next occasion for invention. The road stretches ahead. The camp waits. The boys do not yet know how close their mothers came to walking 11 miles. And Lucy, dusting off her dignity and her strategies, prepares to meet the next impossible demand. I have always loved her most in these moments of temporary defeat. The radiance is still there. It has simply been forced to wait for the next available ride. I have always felt that Lucy Carmichael's most dangerous quality is not her impulsiveness but her ability to turn love into logistics at the exact moment when logistics should be refused. The roadside humiliation has been survived. The camp has been reached. The boys are radiant with belonging. And then the camp director, Mr. Slater, mentions in passing that he has lost his cooks. A snake in the bed. A sudden resignation. 200 hungry boys and no one to feed them. In the space of a single breath, Lucy offers herself and Viv for the job. Every time I watch this moment, I feel the same simultaneous urge to cheer and to cover my eyes. She has done it again. She has converted maternal desire into an employment contract neither woman is remotely qualified to fulfill. I know 2 marvelous cooks that you can get. The line is delivered with the bright absolute confidence. Ball always summoned when the stakes involved the children. Mr. Slater's polite skepticism only fuels her. When he asks whether they were considered good cooks in the Waves, Lucy's reply is pure comic history. Well, we won the war, didn't we? The logic is flawless and completely irrelevant. I have always loved the way the series reaches back to the women's wartime service as both credential and punchline. Whatever they did in the Waves, it was almost certainly not produce edible food for large groups. Viv's private reminder later, in our entire career in the Waves we only cooked 1 meal and everybody got seasick and at the time we were on dry land is one of the great understated confessions of the episode. The truth is available. Lucy simply declines to use it. What still moves me is the clarity of the motivation. The extra 2 weeks for the boys is not a vague wish. It is the entire reason for the offer. As long as Lucy and Viv are feeding the camp, the children will not be sent home. The job is a ransom paid in labor and potential food poisoning. Ball plays the transaction without sentimentality. There is love in it, yes, but there is also calculation and a certain steely willingness to endure whatever follows. In my private viewing history, this is one of the purest expressions of Lucy's parental will. She will burn breakfast for 200 boys if that is the price of their continued happiness. Viv's reluctant agreement is equally characteristic. She knows better. She always knows better. And she still says yes. Okay, but it's just for the boys. The conditional is both a boundary and a surrender. Their partnership absorbs another impossible task. I find myself thinking about how often the series allows Viv to function as the voice of realistic dread while still following Lucy into the fire. The dynamic never feels abusive. It feels like the long-negotiated division of labor between 2 women who have learned that separate survival is lonelier than shared catastrophe. The first morning in the kitchen is introduced with the perfect visual joke of the ancient stove. The last time I saw a stove like that, Hansel and Gretel were cooking a witch in it. The line is pure Lucy, literary, domestic and faintly macabre. Ball's delivery carries the mixture of horror and determination that always precedes her largest physical disasters. The kitchen is not a modern workspace. It is a historical artifact that has been asked to perform industrial service. The frozen popover batter left behind by the previous cooks becomes an immediate omen. Mr. Slater's cheerful warning not to serve popovers only guarantees that popovers will dominate the morning. The decision to scramble eggs feels at the outset like a triumph of simplicity. Eggs are straightforward. Eggs are familiar. Eggs in Lucy's confident assessment are something they can handle. The discovery that there are nearly 20 dozen of them is the first crack in that confidence. The physical comedy begins the moment the eggs enter the narrative as a volume rather than a recipe. I have always felt that Ball's greatest kitchen sequences operate by taking an ordinary domestic action and multiplying it until it becomes catastrophic. 1 egg is breakfast. 200 eggs are an avalanche waiting to happen. The early mishaps, the dropped cartons, the slippery floor, the growing sense that the kitchen itself is hostile are staged with the patient accumulation that marks the series' best physical work. Nothing is rushed. Each small failure is given room to breathe and compound. Viv's attempts to help only increase the entropy. Their dialogue becomes a rising duet of accusation and panic. The ancient stove heats unevenly. The butter is insufficient. The scale of the task begins to dawn with terrible clarity. And through it all, Lucy continues to project the fragile authority of someone who must believe for the children's sake that competence is still possible. What I cherish about this section is its refusal to grant the women any early victory. The job has been accepted. The boys' extra weeks have been secured in theory. And the first morning is already collapsing into chaos. The series does not pretend that love automatically confers skill. It pretends only that love will compel the attempt. That distinction feels honest to me in a way that many more sentimental portraits of motherhood do not. Lucy is not a natural cook, she is a natural force. The kitchen will have to accommodate the difference. As the first true disasters begin to announce themselves, the dropped eggs, the questionable decisions about frozen batter, the growing hole in the floor that will later dominate the sequence, the emotional stakes remain tethered to the boys. Every ruined carton is a threat to the extra 2 weeks. Every moment of incompetence risks the arrangement that keeps the children at camp. Ball never loses sight of that pressure. Even when the physical comedy is at its broadest, the underlying motive remains maternal and practical. She is not performing chaos for its own sake. She is trying against mounting evidence to feed a small army so that her son and his friends can remain in the place where they are happy. I watch these early kitchen scenes with the particular tenderness I reserve for Lucy at the beginning of a long physical ordeal. She still believes she can win. The eggs have not yet reached the floor in their final irrevocable numbers. The popover batter has not yet achieved its full malevolent potential. The floor is still mostly intact, and in that narrow window of remaining hope, Ball's face carries the full, luminous determination that has always made her disasters feel like acts of courage rather than mere incompetence. She has taken the job. She will feed the boys. The universe, as usual, has other plans. But for these first fragile minutes of the morning, the plan is still hers. The camp kitchen has become the latest stage on which Lucy Carmichael will attempt to convert love into labor. The audience knows how these attempts usually end. She knows too somewhere beneath the confidence. And still, she ties the apron, faces the eggs, and begins. I have always loved her for that beginning. The catastrophe is coming. The radiance for the moment remains. I have always felt that the kitchen sequence in this episode represents one of the purest and most sustained examples of Lucille Ball's physical comedy at its most architectural. The disaster does not arrive in a single explosion. It accumulates. It layers. It transforms an ordinary institutional kitchen into a site of almost geological catastrophe, and at the center of it all stands Lucy, still trying to believe that intention can overcome gravity, volume, and frozen batter. Every time I return to these minutes, I feel the same mixture of helpless laughter and deep, almost reverent admiration. This is not random chaos. This is chaos with structure, rhythm, and an inexorable internal logic. The eggs are the first movement of the apocalypse. 20 dozen, 200 individual opportunities for failure. Lucy's initial confidence, "We're very good at eggs," is delivered with the bright authority of someone who has not yet confronted the eggs as a collective force. The discovery that they are not neatly crated but simply piled in the refrigerator already carries a faint premonitory tremor. When the first cartons hit the floor, the sound is ordinary. When the floor begins to disappear under a spreading yellow slick, the ordinary is left behind. Ball's body becomes a study in increasingly futile control. She steps, she slides, she tries to contain, and with every movement the disaster enlarges its territory. What still moves me is the way the script refuses to grant her any island of competence. Viv's attempts to help only accelerate the entropy. Their dialogue turns into a rising argument about responsibility and method while the eggs continue their slow, irrevocable migration from container to floor. The physical comedy is built on the oldest of foundations, the body in conflict with uncooperative matter. Yet Ball's precision keeps it from ever feeling generic. Each slip, each desperate grab, each widening of the eyes is timed to the millisecond. I have watched this sequence in silence, and still heard the laughter it produces in my own chest. Then comes the frozen popover batter. Mr. Slater's earlier warning is of course the guarantee that the batter will be used. The block is heavy, unwieldy, and obstinately frozen. The decision to thaw it in the oven feels in the moment like a reasonable improvisation. The realization that it will melt into the oven's interior is delayed just long enough for hope to form. When the batter begins its slow, viscous escape, the kitchen crosses a threshold. This is no longer a cooking problem. This is a structural problem. And then the floor gives way. The hole in the floor is for me the sequence's sublime achievement. It is not a small puncture. It is a declaration that the building itself has joined the conspiracy against them. The heavy frozen mass has done what 200 eggs could not. It has opened a portal into the space below. Ball's reaction is a masterwork of escalating recognition. First, the struggle to lift. then the sickening give, then the long, silent contemplation of the void that has appeared where solid flooring used to be. In my private viewing history, this is one of the moments I have rewound most often simply to watch the exact second when Lucy understands that the kitchen has become a trap of her own making. The attempts to cover the hole are pure, desperate invention. Whatever object is nearest is pressed into service. The visual joke of inadequate coverings, too small, too flimsy, too obviously temporary, compounds the absurdity. Viv and Lucy kneel, adjust, argue and kneel again while the evidence of their failure remains stubbornly visible. When Mr. Slater returns, the timing is perfect. He has left 2 women in charge of breakfast. He comes back to find a kitchen that appears to have been attacked by both poultry and termites. The explanations they offer are among the most beautiful lies in the entire composite script. The eggs were low. They decided on popovers. The floor had a pre-existing condition. Termites are mentioned with the solemnity of a structural engineer delivering bad news. Each new invention is more elaborate than the last, and each one collapses under the weight of the visible evidence. Ball's genius here is the absolute sincerity with which she commits to every fresh falsehood. She does not signal to the audience that she knows the lies are transparent. She simply believes them for the length of time it takes to speak them and then replaces them with new ones when they fail. What I find most moving is the underlying pressure that never leaves the frame. Every ruined egg, every melted pool of batter, every inch of damaged flooring is a threat to the arrangement that keeps the boys at camp. The extra 2 weeks remain contingent on Lucy and Viv's continued employment. The apocalypse in the kitchen is therefore not only a comic spectacle, it is a crisis of maternal logistics. Ball never loses sight of that stakes. Even when her body is fully engaged in the physical comedy, her face continues to register the larger fear: if they are fired, the children go home. The sequence also carries a quiet commentary on the invisibility of institutional labor. The previous cooks left because of a snake. Lucy and Viv are hired with almost no scrutiny because the need is urgent. The camp requires feeding far more than it requires competence. In that gap between need and qualification, the entire disaster is born. The mid-1960s setting only sharpens the point. Institutional kitchens, especially those serving children, often ran on underpaid and under-supported labor. The episode does not lecture about this reality. It simply drops 2 wildly underqualified women into the system and lets the system reveal its fragility. As the explanations fail and the true scale of the damage becomes undeniable, the comedy reaches a kind of exhausted plateau. There is nothing left to invent. The eggs cannot be unbroken, the batter cannot be unmelted, the hole cannot be wished back into solid floor. All that remains is the confrontation with Mr. Slater and the near certain end of the cooking arrangement. And yet even here the script maintains its loyalty to Lucy's fundamental optimism. She is still talking. She is still trying to reframe the catastrophe as a series of reasonable decisions that somehow went slightly sideways. The radiance has been battered, but it has not been extinguished. I watch this kitchen apocalypse with the same mixture of laughter and protective tenderness I have brought to it since childhood. The physical scale of the disaster is enormous, yet it never loses its human center. Lucy is not a cartoon. She is a woman who accepted an impossible job for love of her child and is now living through the exact consequences of that acceptance. The eggs on the floor are funny. The hole in the floor is funnier. The termite explanation is funnier still. And underneath all of it runs the steady current of her determination not to fail the boys. That current is what keeps the sequence from becoming mere spectacle. It is also what makes it endure. By the time the kitchen has been fully claimed by chaos, the episode has completed one of its most impressive comic architectures. The disaster began with a simple plan to scramble eggs. It ends with structural damage and a pair of women whose only remaining defense is language that no longer works. In between lies some of the most precise and generous physical comedy Lucille Ball ever committed to film. I return to it not only to laugh but to remember what it looks like when a performer trusts the audience to follow her all the way down to the bottom of a hole in the floor and then keeps talking anyway. The boys are still at camp. The extra 2 weeks are still somehow in play. And Lucy, standing in the ruins of breakfast, continues to radiate the impossible belief that the next sentence might yet save the day. That belief is ridiculous. It is also the reason I have loved her for a lifetime. I have always felt that Lucy Carmichael's most perilous transformations occur when she is given a uniform and a small measure of official power. The shift from camp cook to meter maid is one of the sharpest in the entire composite script, and every time I reach it I feel a familiar mixture of delight and low-level dread. The kitchen apocalypse has been survived, or at least escaped. The boys' camp situation has been left behind, and now Lucy appears in the crisp, slightly self-important authority of a traffic officer, complete with ticket book chalk, and an enthusiasm that already threatens to outrun every regulation she has been hired to enforce. What still moves me is how completely Ball commits to the joy of the role. This is not reluctant employment. This is vocation discovered in middle age, and she radiates the pure, dangerous pleasure of someone who has finally been handed a legitimate reason to correct the world. The first ticket she writes is of course for Viv. The recognition is delayed just long enough for the comedy to bloom. Lucy is already mid-citation, already tasting the satisfaction of a job well done, when the identity of the offender slowly penetrates. The car has been washed. The color is unfamiliar. The meter is expired. Procedure exists for a reason. Ball plays the conflict between personal loyalty and professional duty with exquisite precision. There is real regret. There is also real inability to stop. I have to finish writing out your ticket. The line is both apology and verdict. In that moment, the uniform wins. What follows is an escalating masterclass in the abuse of minor authority. Abusive language, attempted bribery, argumentative behavior, a driver's license that appears to falsify age. Each new charge is added with the solemnity of someone consulting a manual that has never before been tested against the reality of ticketing one's closest friend. Viv's outrage is equal and opposite. The friendship that has survived bank robbers' stretch pants concealment. And a hole in a camp kitchen floor is suddenly placed under a new and peculiar strain. The strain of one woman, possessing the power to punish the other in the name of the city of Danfield. I have always been moved by how honestly the script treats the emotional fallout. This is not simple farce. Viv feels genuinely betrayed. Lucy feels genuinely justified. Their argument outside the bank and later in the street carries the heat of real injury. No matter what kind of fight we've had, we've never not talked. The line lands with unexpected weight. These women have weathered every previous crisis by remaining in conversation. The uniform has interrupted that conversation. Ball and Vance play the rupture without softening its edges. The comedy remains, but it is comedy built on the temporary fracture of something precious. The courtroom sequence is the episode's formal climax of this particular mayhem. The judge, the bailiff, the solemn reading of charges, and Lucy's full formal self-identification. Officer Carmichael, Traffic Department, Badge Number 8, 715, District 9, 21st Precinct, Division 7. Vehicle Number 12, Unit 11. A women's auxiliary, constitute one of the great comic areas of the series. The sheer length of the title is already funny. Ball's evident pride in reciting it is funnier still. She has waited her entire professional life inside this episode to say those words in that order, and she will not be denied a single syllable. Viv's defense is a beautiful tangle of justification and counteraccusation. She had no change for the meter. She went into the bank. Mr. Mooney required a check for 5 cents because her balance was insufficient even for that. The chain of causality is so long and so dependent on institutional pettiness that it becomes a quiet satire of the very system Lucy is now enforcing. When Mooney himself is called to testify, the circle of the series' economic world closes once again. The same man who advances grocery money and withholds alimony validation is now required to explain why a 5-cent check required a balance inquiry. His discomfort is pure Gale Gordon, and it still delights me. The character witness portion of the trial, in which Viv calls Lucy to testify about their earlier argument over a garter belt, is a stroke of structural genius. The courtroom is forced to absorb the information that Officer Carmichael had been stretching her friend's undergarment in preparation for a physical examination required by the police department. The image is already absurd. The fact that it is being entered into evidence in a traffic case pushes the absurdity into the sublime. Ball's attempt to maintain judicial dignity while explaining the garter belt incident is one of those moments where her face seems to contain three simultaneous emotions: professional seriousness, private mortification, and the helpless awareness that the truth is ridiculous. The judge's final ruling is a model of comic mercy. The overtime parking fine is suspended. All other charges are dismissed, and Officer Carmichael is forbidden from ever appearing in his courtroom again. The dual suspension of punishment and of future presence is perfectly balanced. Lucy has been both vindicated and contained. Her overzealousness has been named and limited. Drunk with power, the judge says, and the diagnosis is exact. I have always felt that this verdict represents one of the series' rare moments of external wisdom successfully applied to Lucy's energy. She is not crushed. She is simply placed on notice. What lingers most deeply for me is the quiet restoration of the friendship after the verdict. The uniform has done its damage. The ticket has been written and suspended. The courtroom has absorbed their private chaos and returned it to them as public comedy. And still they find their way back to each other. The series never treats that restoration as automatic. It is earned in the small, awkward reopenings of conversation. In the shared acknowledgement that the job mattered too much and the friendship mattered more. Ball and Vance play the reconciliation with the same honesty they brought to the rupture. Nothing is forgotten. Everything is somehow absorbed. In the larger landscape of the composite script, the Maid episode functions as both contrast and continuation. The camp kitchen was about the chaos of insufficient skill. The traffic uniform is about the chaos of excessive authority. In both cases, Lucy's fundamental nature, her intensity, her commitment, her inability to do anything by halves turns a simple role into a site of comic disaster. The difference is that the uniform gives her temporary power over the one person whose loyalty she can least afford to damage. That the friendship survives is not a small thing. It is the quiet proof that their bond is stronger than any badge. I watch this entire movement with the particular tenderness I reserve for Lucy at her most officious. The ticket book, the chalk, the carefully recited badge number, the absolute belief that she is performing a public service even while she tickets her best friend, all of it is both hilarious and oddly touching. She has spent so much of the series subject to other people's rules. For a brief window, she gets to enforce them. That she enforces them first and most enthusiastically against Viv is the price of that window. The series is wise enough to let the price be paid in full and then wise enough to let the friendship recover on the other side. The courtroom empties. The uniform loses a little of its magic. And Lucy Carmichael, still slightly drunk with the memory of power, steps back into the more complicated freedom of being merely herself. The test has been real. The friendship has held. And I, watching from the distance of decades, still feel the same rush of relief and affection I felt as a child when the two women finally began to speak to each other again like the oldest of allies. The tickets are suspended. The real debt, the one that exists between them, has been quietly, imperfectly, and completely repaid.